So hello everybody and good evening from Borneo. It's almost 15 p.m. here, and yes, thank you so much for tuning into the stream. I can see some good reception here, but yeah, as you have already, maybe some of you don't know, but the live stream from the Arianespace or Arianespace, if we have to follow a little bit of convention, that one only will start around 3:43 p.m. here, local time, UTC plus 8, universal coordinate. We are practically 8 hours ahead of that time, so why not? We are still waiting here, okay? And for one thing's for sure, I believe we can start, but rather than giving you too much things that maybe that we can do so far, why not I introduce myself, okay? So we shall tune in, okay? So I believe let's go. So hello everybody and good evening from me. Good evening from Sarawak, from Borneo. It's 3:39 p.m. here on 30th of April 2026. So yeah, this is the last month, last day of April. So it is what it is, and yeah, looks like it's a pretty interesting, not only just interesting month, but it's a pretty busy month for me. And yeah, I'm almost feeling a bit quite dry, but well, I'm still surviving here. So why not? It's good. So thank you so much for tuning in. As today, so far, from the status that I'm looking at the Arianespace, looks like they have no plan to delay anything else. So that's a pretty good news. And today, it's going to be the launch of the Arianespace's Ariane 64 rocket. That one specifically is the Block 1 rocket. Why I said it's Block 1, because there's going to be a Block 2 upgrade. The Block 2 upgrade, from what I remember, is the solid rocket boosters that the side SRBs there. That one will be replaced from P120C, also used on the first stage of the Vega C. It will be replaced with the P660C. Okay, that one is it's going to add another meter of it. Okay, it's going to add 1 meter of the height. If I remember correctly, it's going to add 1 meter's height. So it's obviously going to add some hundreds of it's not like hundreds, it's like tens of thousand kilograms more. But of course, it's also going to improve a lot of things with it. Also some additional thrust time. If I remember, even the thrust and also the burning time, it should be slightly a little bit longer, but otherwise that's going to be what's the upgrade next for the Block 2. And also another one that I remembered, I actually read, is that there's also going to be the Phoebus upgrade as well. And also another one, maybe rather than letting you wasting too much time, I might as well just giving you inside of it. And for this mission, it's going to be launching it's going to launch the Amazon Leo sorry, not LA. What am I even talking about? That's Leo America. Okay, it's going to launch the LE-02 Leo Europe 2. So we are going to see that. And for this whole mission, it's going to be launch. It's going to launch at 32 payloads inside. But from last time that I calculated, if I remember, for the whole Atlas 5 rocket launches, that LE-05 and 06, we know that the whole total of the payload itself is 16,800 kilograms. That one around 16.8 metric tons, with 29 satellites on board. So with that, we can use a little bit of a napkin math here, using here 16,800 divided by 29. Okay, for the whole payload, it should be around 579.31 kilograms. So this is the best estimate that I can come up with. What is going to be launched? What's the what's the what's the total mass of the one satellite alone? So that's a pretty good one. Okay, so don't worry, I do collect a bit of information, and that's the best that I can come up with. So why not? Let's go instead. While I'm still can talk about the Ariane 6 and the whole generation about, yeah, because we are also going to talk about how it's also how this side solid rocket boosters. Let me, oh no. Let me show you here. Yeah, how these side solid rocket boosters have something to do with the, let's say, with the Vega C rocket, where is never mind, they still use the old picture, but I mean the model picture, but it's still the same look, even on the real flight as well. Okay, how does it relate with this first stage? And also, let me see here as well, and how even the upper stage, the Vinci rocket engine here. Okay, how does it even relates with the Ariane 5 as well? Yeah, Ariane 5, that eventually, yeah, one of the legendary rockets as well. A pretty mighty beast, even though it's pretty expensive and unnecessarily way more powerful, because originally it should be used for another program, if I remember. It's called the Hermes space plan man project, but eventually they scrapped that project around late 80s, if I remember correctly. They scrapped that project. So instead, Hermes never took any kind of flights. I'm also going to show you how it's also related with the Hermes space plane. But eventually, this one proved to be a pretty great legend there, especially with the JWST launches, one of the most highly iconic and very important launches of the decade. Yeah, one of the reasons why we have a recent scientific breakthrough. Yeah, in terms of the cosmology. Yeah, in terms of cosmology, as and also, how do I say, astro something something. I'm not going to mispronounce it, but very dangerous. I don't want to propagate this kind of misinformation, so might as well I just tell you what I know. But also how these upper stages, that's also for the Vinci upper stage, has something to do even with this HM7 7, especially with the most well-known variant, the HM7B. How does it even relates here? Because I can tell you a little bit here and there, but before that, might as well we just go and visit this NASA Spaceflight forum page, because it does actually give some slide of idea what do we know so far. Okay, but I'm going to skip something that's already in the past, not something super duper important to this discussion. So yeah, looks like from what I can tell, okay, actually that's pretty interesting. If you actually notice the LE-01, the Leo Europe one, it's actually launches around, let me see. Okay, it's launched on February this year. Okay, and we already saw it. And then later on today, it's going to be the launch of the LE-02. It says March to April, but it's pretty dangerously closing to May actually, because it's also going to be not long after this. It will be the LE-03, the Leo Europe 3, which eventually the first block to launch of the Ariane 6 will be commenced afterward. Yeah, and yes, from the kind of, how do I say, the date itself, it's going to be around 22, 23 May, depending on which year is it. Okay, so this is the launch for today. From my information that I can get, it's, wow, you see lots of interesting rocket launches as well. It's going to be, let me see, where is it, because I actually saw this, but where or maybe they still did not decide this yet. Let me see. LE-03. sorry, pretty cram. Okay, they still not yet decide. Okay, okay. So I apologize. I actually got a bit confused. I got confused with this Amazon Leo LA-07. That one is slated for 22 or 23 of May 2026. So pretty sorry, I got mixed up as well. Reading a lot some information, you got mixed up here and there, but it should be fine. And yeah, and looks like, yeah, so looks like it's not, we are not even know if LE-03 will be launched around May this year, but maybe from my guesstimation it should be around, if not in May. My pattern says here is because they have already launched on February, and today, if they decided not to delay, they still continue with this launch today on the very last day of April 2026. My guess is that they will try to target this around April. Let me see, because I have to calculate this. It should be either on June, or possibly either on June or July. So we might see that based on this kind of pattern. Okay, so this is it. This is how it looks like as well. Another slew of launches that they are going to go as well after the Amazon Leo 01, which they already launched, and today it's going to be Amazon Leo LE-02. Let's cross our finger they are not going to delay this. The next will be LE-03. Not sure if it's going to target for May, because they still not give yet any kind of dates. But for one thing's for sure, that's going to be an MTG-I2. If I remember, MTG, the Meteosat third generation, if I remember correctly, it's already divided by two. The first one is the instrumentation, imaging instrumentation part, and the second, if you see there's another one, MTG-S. S version, that one is for the sounding instrumentation part. The imaging part, as you have already know, it's something to do with the now casting kind of stuff there, here and there. And also MetOp SG, if I remember, MetOp SG, this is also something to do with the Meteosat, but highly specific for the low Earth orbit stuff. And then LE-04, Leo Europe 4, that's also going to be somewhere, but not sure. Could be on what month is it. And it's going to be a Galileo launch 15, don't know when, late this year. And then Plato spacecraft as well, going to be launched either December this year, 2026, or early January 2027. So that's that. But I think I digress too much, because they are going to start. So to give you a little bit of stuff, what we are going to check is that, oh yeah, and the Amazon Leo LE-02 of the 32 satellites already arrived by 13 or 12 of March 2026. They've already arrived using the, yeah, if I remember it, they've arrived using the cargo plane. If I remember specifically, the AN225, if I remember correctly, the Ruslan version. That's what they're using to transport all of these satellites. And as you can see, lots of components here and there, and the launch itself, yada yada yada. I need to go as well with the with passing by. And yes, some of the all of the rocket stages for the Ariane 6 actually being transported using this canopy ship, okay, across the seas and also the river of the on the way to the French Guiana. After that, yeah, as you can see, this is how it feels like. And then it arrives, but I don't want to play the video, just let it be. And this is the launch patch, the mission patch itself as well. I've already included it on my thumbnail, so go check it out if you want. And yeah, the logo itself, they already have patch 1. And yeah, this is not a pretty not a pretty ordinary sticker. This one is specific for the space usage as well, because why not? Because if you don't do it, when it re-enters back, or even if it reaches to the edge of space, most of the wording will be fading. So that's why they have to use specific kind of stickers and even paint as well, a paint job to ensure the rocket still be able to see. And if you see some kind of why there's dot of the pilot fairing and whatnot, that one is also to indicates the position of where the satellite's going on. So when the tracking camera is actually tracking the rocket itself, they are able to see where's the pitch, and the most important thing is that how many roll degrees of roll that the rocket's actually done. So they can analyze this after the launch, okay. and and also need to mention as well, inside the pilot fairing is there's like a good few block of thin aluminum alloy sheet. That one is to dampen up the acoustic and also the vibration, so that for the whole flight up until it reaches to the space where the pilot fairing is separated, it's not going to destroy the delicate components inside the payload, or in this case it's going to be 32 Amazon LEO satellites. So that's why it's pretty important to have that kind of dampening system. And I know some of you, if you actually learn about this kind of stuff in engineering, it doesn't matter which one, could be mechanical, could be civil engineering, whatever engineering related slightly with that stuff, you know some of this basic stuff that I'm talking about. And at the end of the day, I'm not an engineer, okay. I'm just a computer science student person, so I don't know too much detail of it, but I do know some of the brief function what it's actually do, okay. And looks like that's it. Okay, not much else. And there's even the ticket as well. So if you're very interested, you can go grab this free ticket for you to watch the launch. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe I can just jokingly say that I've already claimed it. Let me see. Mhm. Yeah, so claim it, guys. This is your virtual ticket for today. Just like the Artemis 2 virtual ticket as well. I've already claimed it, and yeah, and you can actually watch back from my channel, so if you are very interested. And this is how it looks like standing on the launch pad. Okay, and looks like there is drop zone as well. The launch, okay. And eventually, I believe, should be the separation of, yes, the separation of payload fairing, and then later on, yeah, the flight payload fairing oh, okay. Should be where the payload fairing drops, and also the first stage, and after that the missions continue up until the, oh, okay. But what am I even talking about? I don't want to miss. Okay. Actually, I understand this. What this is about. This part here is where the drop zone of the SRB side boosters with 4 solid rocket boosters. Okay, that one primarily powered by the ammonium perchlorate. Okay, ammonium perchlorate, usually it's around 60+% of composition, typically sometimes 70+%, and then it does have the fuel and also binder at the same time with the HTPB, the hydroturbinated polybutadiene, where it's combined together with the ammonium perchlorate. And also another one is the aluminum powder. Usually they're using the aluminum oxide powder, the Al2 O2. That one they are using to enhance the burn, and also to give it some maximum thrust that it can go, and also to burn it hotter as well with the graphite nozzle. Okay, so it's not going to erode the rockets too easily, so it can go for the whole flight. And then after that, not long after that, you can see this part is where the payload fairing should be jettisoned. should be separated, and then later on, this when the main engine cut off confirmed, eventually this is the place where the Ariane 6 first stage booster finally drops off, okay, within the safety margin, hopefully. And this is the maps itself, the rest of the missions going on, okay. And then the flights is going on. It's going to go with the orbital revolution, and yes, it's going to passing by Borneo. So hi from me is whenever this rocket's going on, and then later on it's going doing some kind of another revolution next. And then and then I believe this is the place where the Amazon Leo 32 satellites will be separated, and then continues its mission up until the disposal burn re-enters back to Earth, and it's going to be re-enter into the Point Nemo of the Pacific Ocean, where there is no civilization, no living, should be almost literally no living being there and whatnot, and have hopefully everyone's safe there. And that's the it that I can say. And how about we look? Oh, sorry. We're still a little bit long. Okay, so I can give you a little bit of briefing what we are talking about. So know your rockets as well. So we are going to see the launch of the Ariane 64 rocket with the with the 4 solid rocket boosters. This one specifically, it's going to be using the P120 120C. That's also being used as the first stage rocket of the Vega C as well. But soon enough, if I remember, it's also going to be upgraded with the P160C, okay, which it will add another 1 meters of height as well, for the better thrust and also better fuel load that can be inserted inside this one. If I remember, how the coring of the solid rocket boosters it's being done is that inside it, while it's actually being loaded with the solid rocket propellant, on the middle it's intentionally will be left with the, if I remember, left with the hole, but it's using, if I remember, using the star configuration. So by the time it burns, it will burn pretty fast, but also with enough thrust that it can lift it up from the launch pad after the Vulcan 2.1 rocket engines ignited. And that one Vulcan rocket engines actually was first used on the Ariane 5 launches, especially one of the famous failure of the entire history of the Ariane 5 is the Ariane 5 flight 501. That one prominently ended in failure, not because of the design and whatnot, but because of this flaw software bug, where they are practically just using copy by copy of the Ariane 4 software code. Okay, in case you want to know what's Ariane 4 looks like, and let me give you a little bit stuff here. Ariane 4, yes, Ariane 4. So imagine this one, Ariane 4. Okay, imagine this Ariane 4. This rocket, it has a pretty slow acceleration to the from the rocket launches. If I remember, it's not usually, it's pretty gentle. Yeah, not really that much. And then you transport all of these parameters, the software codes, into this mighty, not only a mighty beast, but as well, but also a pretty fast rocket. When you try to insert with it, and of course, because the code, if I remember, it cannot translate the code from the 64 integer bit into the 16 or 32 bit. Yeah, so the two computers inside the Ariane 5, the main computer and the backup computer literally just freaks out and says, "Oh no, this is way too fast. Turn hard right now. Turn hard." And then by the time it turns hard, it tries to correct the mistakes, tries to correct the deviation that doesn't even exist. And then because of that happening, eventually the RSO, the range safety officer, decided to just abort the flight and basically self-destruct the rocket 39 seconds into the flight. So yeah, 37 seconds into the flight, imagine it's going into this supersonic region, just going to Mach 1, and it's just turned so hard it literally destroys all the payload, all the payload that's inside this payload fairing. If I remember, with the cluster satellites, that one is actually studied, already studied the our Earth's magnetosphere, studying about the relations of our how our Earth actually protects itself from the solar flare as well. Yeah, that one ended up actually being pretty successful satellite on all years, and only recently all of the clusters satellites already ran to spec on Earth, and yeah, it's no longer do its mission as it's already done. So it's a pretty high contributing mission that's actually helped us to understand how our Earth's magnetosphere helps us in, especially in the very dangerous solar flare. Okay, but I digress. Because of that mission, it literally freaks out. 37 seconds, pretty hard turn, and then 39 seconds, the RSO, Range Safety Officer, commanded the Ariane 5 to self-destruct, and that's how the flight 501 ended up launches in pretty disastrous as well. And yeah, if I and yes, even Alsep from Holland actually already uploaded the full launch. Okay, as much as possible, you can actually check yourself out. The channel name is Alsep from Holland, so please look at it if you are very interested on the full launch from basically when from the start of the broadcast up until the aftermath of the launch. Pretty interesting to look on the retrospective. So but all that aside, yeah, this is the P120C. I don't know, I digress too much. Okay, how do I say? Let's talk about the P120C first. Okay, that one is the where it's actually also not only powering the Ariane 6 as the solid rocket boosters, but also for the oh no, where's the Vega C? Oh yeah, but also for the Vega C as well, as the first stage, first stage here. Okay, it's responsible for that task, and soon it will be upgraded with the P160C for the Ariane 6. That one, and also the P160C, that one will be used for, if I remember, will be using for the Vega, either for, yeah, it's going to be used for the Vega C plus actually, which will replace which the P160C first stage will be replacing the ongoing P120C. That one will be uses, like I said, it added 1 meters, aka 3 feet and 3 inches, and yeah, it added around 14 metric tons or around 31,000 pounds of propellant, and yeah, and it will enable another additional 200 kilograms of payload that can be launched on board of this system. So yeah, they're also going to do with a little bit of revised navigational system, larger fairing, what's on, yada 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 here. That one is for the Vega C, but I digress as well. I want to talk too much, but well, let me see. Does the live actually going on? Oh, not yet. Okay. So let me talk to you a little bit. We are going to speed around a little bit as well because I want to tune in as well. And just to give you a little bit of information as well, aside from the solid rocket boosters that actually uses a combination. Okay, aside from these solid rocket boosters, solid rocket boosters that being used on the Ariane 6. Which uses a combination of the ammonium perchlorate, HTPB, hydroxyl terminated polybutadiene, and also aluminum powder. these two rocket stages here on the core stage, first stage, and also the second stage, that's also being used as well. But this one, it uses the newest variant derived from the HM7 rocket engines used since, if I remember, since the Ariane 1 rocket, if I remember. No, Ariane 2 rockets. Okay, with the first iteration uses the Ariane. With the first iteration uses the original HM7, now retroactively called as the HM7A, then eventually upgraded to the HM7B, uses pretty much a lot. It started use around Ariane 3, if I remember, up until the end of the Ariane until the end of the Ariane 5. So yeah, Cuppa 9712 said 25 minutes to launch. Yes, I agreed about that, but Arianespace did not go live yet, so I give a little bit of explanation. And yeah, hello and welcome, Captain. Welcome to the stream. I really appreciate your live chat here. But of these two rocket stages, it's powered by the hydrolox propellant, which the liquid oxygen as the oxidizer, that one is freeze around negative 186 degrees Celsius, and then the liquid hydrogen as the fuel. Liquid hydrogen is cooled around negative 254 degrees Celsius. So you can say that if they want to cool down the oxygen into the liquid, they can technically use the very cold liquid hydrogen piping. They just rub it around the pipeline there of the liquid oxygen just to cool it down pretty good. And yeah, Captain said here, hello, and hello to you. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. It's actually pretty great to see new people here. And also, if you're existing viewers, even though you're not chatting on the live chat as well, thank you so much for coming in. And looks like let me see as well. Let me try refresh the patch in case they delay it. Oh, no delays. Pretty good. Okay. Like I said, all of the first stage and second stage uses the hydrolox propellant, and then the SRB side solid rocket boosters. It uses a combination of the ammonium perchlorate, hydroxyl terminated butadiene, and also the aluminum powder. It uses that combination, and that's where the launches can go. And yeah, for the addition, even though the Vinci rocket engines can be said as the derivative version of the HM from the very long-standing HM7. Oh, Kines has started a stream, Captain said. Oh yeah, is it? Okay. I think I need to go here. Kines live. Okay. Oh yes, correct. Actually, Kines has already started live here. Okay. Oh, awesome! This is what we want to see. So yeah. Other than that, I also want to mention that I've already mentioned about the Vulcan rocket engine. So I also almost finished my explanation with the Vinci rocket engine, even though it's largely derived from the work of the HM7 rocket engines. But it has one or two few things, notably that what the previous HM7 rocket family does not have. The other advantage is that the Vinci rocket engines, it can be restarted multiple of times. I know it sounds like pretty trivial, but you need to remember, rocket science is and also rocket engineering is pretty hard. Okay, you cannot just change the rocket engines and then assume it's going to work like that. That's not how it works. You need to do some rigorous testing in order to make it work. So that's something they've already solved. Okay, and even though the first flight is less than stellar, but however for the CubeSats it does actually lift her off pretty nicely. But for the disposal burn on the first flight of the Ariane 6 with the Ariane 62 Block 1, okay, that one CubeSats does actually properly deployed, but when they try to go with the disposal burn, so they can test out the reusable spacecraft part, Arianespace and also another company there, unfortunately it did not successfully done that, and it's stranded into the orbit till this day. So it's practically stranded, just like how the Cosmos, if I remember what I mentioned previously, also stranded into the into the Earth's orbit until eventually it's 40 plus years later on, it's just re-enters back to Earth and already done its unintentional stuck mission when it's supposed to go to the Venus. Yeah, but other than that, oh, they're also changing as well. Other than that, the missions are actually done pretty nicely. For the 5 flights, 5 out of 6 flight, Vinci rocket engines literally done a pretty flawless. A pretty flawless and magnificent job as well. Oh, right. So you can see there, this is the Ariane 64 Block 1 rockets literally standing pretty mighty on the Kourou, okay, in the Guyana Space Center, located in the French Guyana, around the Amazon's forest belt there. Okay, so you can see the rockets, and I don't think they're even doing any kind of commentary, but yet. But other than that, thank you so much, Captain Capo 9712, for actually give me the hints and tips, because I don't have second monitors to inspect. I'm just using my laptop here. And if you're very pedantic, you really want to know what laptops I'm using the S Nitro 516S AI. Yeah, even though there's weird form, some weird wording with the AI stuff. So, but I digress. Oh, okay, that one is the Microsoft Power Toys. Okay, I'm using that. And my CPU, I'm using the AMD Ryzen 7 260 with the iGPU Radeon 780M. Okay, that one is the Ryzen 7 2060. Sorry, not 2060, 260. That one is actually a rebatch version to the Zen 4 APU. As if I remember, it's 8945 HS. It's practically a rebrand for that, but well, otherwise I'm actually happy with using this APU. And my RAM, I'm using 32 gigs right now. It's already fully fill in 2 slots. Okay, 16 gigs each, using the 5600 mega transfer per second speed, in case you're very interested. And yeah, both of the the NVMe stuff there, I've already loaded in with the 1 terabyte. So I've got 2 terabytes inside my laptop. And yeah, I have RTX 5050 mobile GPU as well, so that's why I can stream pretty well. Yeah. And go for launch 13. Hello. Hello. Nice to see you. I remember I actually saw you on the on the Progress MS-34 with the Atlas 5 Amazon Leo LE-06 launch there as well. So yeah, hello. And also hello for both of you, Captain. Once again, Captain and Launch. Hello. I really appreciate that you really that all of you actually come into this stream. I really appreciate it. You know, it feels nice. At least there's someone talking about. And yeah, in case you want to know, sometimes why I didn't talk anything. It's actually pretty simple. why I didn't chat for now. It's because I don't have idea, and second of all, my hands is pretty tight. But let me try. Let me try. Can I actually this some of this both of you guys here, just a little bit stuff here. Welcome and welcome and nice to see to see you here. All right, so looks like there's still time delay as well. You want to know? You want to know why? Here I can show you why. Oh, I mean, thank goodness actually, Captain Capo 9712, or I'm going to simply call you Captain or either Capo from now on, because that's much easier as well. Okay, if you see from here, from the Arianespace, yeah, they are still not yet start by now. I wondered maybe they still wait for the opportunity because the launch window, each if I remember, they should open up until, well, let me see. Okay, they should open up until here. This one is actually in my local time here. For your reference, we are on the universal time coordinate plus 8 hours ahead. Okay. And now we are on 30 of April 2026 on Thursday in Sarawak in Borneo, in case you want to know. So looks like maybe they will try target around this time. I guess they will try to use this window closing here at on my local time 4:57 p.m. or maybe slightly before this time. Who knows? And anything can look by, you know. So yeah. I don't know what to actually talk here, but maybe I can resume just a little bit of the conversation. I guess, or I don't know. I want all of you guys, everyone here, please make your decision. Shall I just keep it like this, or maybe yeah, keep it like this, but I still can talk a bit or two about the rocket, or maybe I can do like just browsing something like this and then keep talking yada yada yada. Please give me some of your thoughts. That's why I ask for your feedback, because it's hard, because yeah, because that's why sometimes I like there's people here. It's easier for me to know what improvement I can do as well. So make your decision. What should I do? What should I do, guys? Maybe you guys can help me in this part. And I'm still going to wait while we are still waiting for the launch. Yeah, because from the time slot we have around 28 minutes before the launch. So yeah, we have 28 minutes. We still have plenty of time. Maybe I can try. Yeah, maybe I can try look at on the Arianespace's Twitter, I believe, or maybe on the Blue Sky. Let me try go either these two. I'm using my phone in case you want to know. Let me see, Arianespace. Yeah, and also I can give you a little bit. Oh, all right. So, Afaraf Fate 7816. I hope I pronounce your name correctly. Hello, welcome to the stream. I really appreciate you really come to the stream. Yeah, so thank you. Hello. We are right now. You're currently watching the. Um, we are currently waiting for the Arianespace to finally start their stream as well. But for the Kines, or in terms of the spelling, it spells as CNES, CNES, but true to the French pronunciation, it's actually pronounced as Kines. Okay, Kines has already started going live. They show us this pretty beautiful view of the Ariane 64 Block 1 rocket. This specific flight, it's actually VA268, where it's going to be launching the Amazon LEO LE-02. LE stands for Leo Europe. this one is number 2, okay, which will be carrying 32 satellites. But since we don't know in full total how many what's the total mass of the whole of the 32 satellites overall, we are not counting one by one. So based on my educated guesses previously, okay, where if I remember the Amazon LEO LA-05, the LEO America 05, it actually carries on board the Atlas 551 rocket configuration. It carries on total mass 16,800 kilograms, or around 16.8 metric tons, with 29 satellites on board of it. So if I actually fraction it out, 16,800 divided by 29, from my calculator here, it says 579.31 of kilograms, around like that. So let's just say, if because we know it's 32 kilograms, we can use this calculation based on this best estimate we can get from the LA variant, the LEO America variant of the Amazon LEO. It should be on total mass should have been almost 18,538 kilograms, or around, or if I can do slight pedantic math here, it's around 18,537.9394 kilograms of overall total mass. So this is my best guesstimation that I can get so far. So yeah, it or around almost 18.6 metrics of tons into this flight. So this is the best that I can go in overall on the total mass payload, because Amazon LEO did Amazon specifically with the Amazon LEO, they did not disclose the true total mass, but thanks to the Amazon LEO, the LEO America LA version, I can use this as a very good guesstimation. So how do I derive it as well is, if we actually look at the previous launches, still hold. What? We have hold. Okay, launch hold apparently. But it should be able to hold up until 470. It should have been able to hold, okay, up until the launch closing here. So if they still hold until now, looks like we have to push this live stream somewhere later on. Okay, so how do I derive it? As you can see, this is credited to the next space flight. This one is very closely affiliated to NASA space flight, so that's why. So this is why I said 29 payloads and total mass is 16,800 kilograms. That's why I said I can use this as a guesstimation, very good guesstimation. How do I calculate each of the payload as well? So, but we are not 100% sure where's the orbital plane that it's going to use, but should be no, if I remember, I can use from the previous flight. If I remember, it's almost around 590 kilometers, or around 400 plus kilometers by the time it's deployed. So this is the best guesstimation that we can go. And looks like we have our freight here. As freight goes in, looks like the live coverage will begin around, let me use my quick maths here, okay? Yeah, because I'm calculating using my head right now. So according to my time, 4:03 p.m, we have around 25 minutes from now before the live coverage begin, at least on Kinest. And for the Arianespace, they will start live at around 4:25 p.m. here, local time in Sarawak, in Borneo, just in case you want to know, on 30th of April 2026. So after that, we will immediately switch to Arianespace afterward, because we want to get their commentary. So looking at this guesstimation, I think they will push this into the 4:57 p.m. on my local time here, yeah, I think they will go with this instead, using this launch window closing. But let's hope for the best. There is no delay because this is the best opportunity, okay? And I think this is the best viewership that I've got in recent times. Just it's just like in terms of this viewership, I can say it's just on the northern tip after the Minotaur 5, no, not Minotaur 5, Minotaur 4 rocket launches that carries the slew of satellites as well. That one happening around April. So yeah. Oh, awesome. Look at that. My guess is correct. Ding, 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 ding. My guess is correct. My guess is correct there. Launch time has been reset. So good. Looks like they are using the launch window closing here. Nice. This is why I want to see it so far. And yeah, I mean, it's weird. Actually, Kines actually at least they bother to stream this stuff, so we can see the time pretty transparently. And good news is that I don't have to open my very inactive Twitter account. Yes, I'm actually not very active on Twitter. Uh, there's actually a lot of reason why. I can say it's pretty much going downhill since few years ago. I mean, even before a few years ago, if you really know about Twitter, it's not really great place to even have any kind of discussion there. So yeah, pretty unfortunate. So that's why I'm just moving into Blue Sky and also Mastodon. That's my only two places where I'm very active right now. But the most place that I'm very active is on Blue Sky. So if you want to talk to me, you just should just go follow on my Blue Sky. But if you want to follow on Mastodon, also okay, but don't expect much of reply there. I mean, I might like your stuff, reply when needed, but mostly I'm not very active there. Just only active only to just post my announce about the stream announcement. That's all I'm very active on Mastodon. Or maybe if for reposting stuff, for example, if there's like launch announcement, maybe satellite stuff here and there. That's the only time that I'm doing that kind of stuff here and there. And yeah, it's actually pretty funny as well when you think about this. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, we are still waiting. In the meantime, and so far, I don't see any comment here what to do. So by default, I'm just going with the former option, with me just showing you the rockets, but just talking, blabbing here. I mean, I hope this is good. I don't know. Maybe this is in the category of just chatting at this point. Just chatting. Maybe not just like Zanzatsu kind of moment, but instead, funnily enough, this is going to be something else. I guess. Yeah, what I want to mention as well about the Vega C rocket. If you actually notice, okay, about the Vega C. Yeah, if you actually see Vega C on the small launch of the Vega C, from now on, Avio also the manufacturer for the Vega C rocket as well, Vega rocket family rocket as well. From now on, Avio practically is now taking the responsibility of the launches. But yeah, even though they said here manufacturer are ESA, but this is like half true as well. But the solid rocket boosters, usually the solid rocket boosters and propellant, usually Avio actually produces. So you can say this is technically an Italian rocket launcher as well, orbital rocket launcher. So I guess Italy can be pretty proud. They are actually contributing. I can say they are pretty much one of the main responsible, you can say, pretty highly active participant in European space activities. And also they have a pretty good they have pretty story stuff about the if I remember, about the San Marco launch platform located around the, I'm not going to miss, how do I say, I'm not going to wrongly mention which country is it. Okay, which country of the African region they are launching. If I remember, it's around Kenya, if I remember correctly. Let me see. San Marco. Let me see. San Marco platform. Yeah. Yes. Correct. It's also known as the Broglio Space Center. Okay. This one will launch near Malindi, Kenya. Yeah. This is also the place where the first where's the first orbital launches of the Scout Scout B rocket, actually Scout rocket in general also launch, which actually launched their first satellite, the first set where the second satellite of the San Marco the San Marco 2 will launch from this platform. So you can say this is one of the earliest orbital launch platform from the sea, from the seaside area as well. One of the first one, I can say, one of the first pioneering as well, the Scout rocket. And then later on with the Zenith C launch platform. Yeah, Zenith, if you want to know, let me see. Zenith C launch. Let me see. C launch. Wow. List of Demon Slayer chemistry. Yeah, but characters. No. Which Zenith rocket family? Let me see. Where is the C launch? Where is the C launch? Show me. Where's the C launch? Oh, where's the C launch? Yeah, 3SL, Zenith 3SL. Why they did not properly mention this? Oh, right. Never mind. I have another method for you guys to see the Zenith C launch. Okay. How it actually looks like afterward. Yeah, it's something like this. You want to see? It's something like this as well. So you can see the parallel of the history. It's not the first time, but it's what it is. You can see there. This one, this Zenith C platform, if I remember correctly, this one is actually they are using the launch platform modified from the oil rig, if I remember correctly. And yes, it's actually once got damaged due to the rockets here. Okay. For, if I remember, specifically for the NSS 8 rocket launches, when it's actually launched, it's practically just crashing into the sea, practically exploding it, and whatnot. Let me see. NSS 8, if you're very interested. Yeah, you can see one of the infamous rocket launches. It literally goes, let's say, the launch from like this one. Okay, like this one, it goes into it goes into this kaboom, this big explosion. one of you, if I remember correctly, why this Zenith 3SL rocket, the Zenith C launch rocket, actually fell is that, from my understanding, there's practically like a foreign debris contamination, where there's like something's out there, and then the rocket engines, when it ignites its first stage rocket engines, with the, let me see here. Yeah, when it actually enters back, when it launches, what happened is that on the flight, Unfortunately, there's like a foreign debris, whatever debris in, across the oceans. It's basically got sucked in inside this rocket and eventually into the turbo pump. And then when it's collided together, imagine it's pretty high velocity, high speed particles, and also combustion literally goes in. It damages the some of the turbo pump lining to the point that when it actually launches, it's just barely going up. It's like how many tens of centimeters is just going up, and then eventually it's just crashing down, poop, and then it explodes. And so, but maybe I can try go with this one. Maybe I can show you from this exclusive multi-view. This one actually held by NASA spaceflight. Yeah, actually they still have one here. Maybe I can give you some of the sound. Is it okay? So yeah, credit to the NASA spaceflight for actually still keep this in place. So maybe we can see how the launch replay looks like for the NSS 8 here. Okay. So I think better for me to just remove the live text so people won't mistaken this for the Ariane 64 launches for today. Amazon Leo LE-02. So not to be mistaken, let's watch instead. If you want to see how the rocket launches.
Three, engine start coming. 2, 1. Go
Yeah,
inertial.
imagine go inertial. I think go backward, I guess. So yeah, afterward the live stream of the Zenith C launches, it's just practically just goes into the logo. But from this extended footage of the Zenith 3 C launch, you can see it's a pretty the, it's a pretty exploding rocket of the Zenith 3 3 C launch variant. You can see it's really highly damaged stuff. Yeah, there's going to be another interesting angle as well. And don't go anywhere. We're still going to show you the Ariane 64 launches. Don't worry, we're still going back. But I just want to give you a little bit of space for like history. You can see how it actually launches. It's just boom. You can see there. See, it's not. It's just barely few of centimeters, and it's just you can see if you see from the launch replay of the NSS 8, it's just barely going up. Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, and the ignition, it's just barely goes up. And as you can see, due to the foreign contaminations just going into the rocket's engines there, it's just barely lifted up, and then it damages the modified C launch platform, modified from the old platform, and then eventually this is what happened. It's really one of the insane story of the time back in 2008. Yeah, you can say it's a pretty insane story. Okay, I believe this is another launch replay as well, but this one should be without sound. And as you can see, the effect of the launch after the Zenith 3 SL of the NSS 8. Yeah, it's just a pretty crazy one. Imagine all of this fuel consumed. You just put it in and it's just a boom, it's just going explode. Okay, and also to give you probably a little bit ironical view as well, imagine this modified oil drill rig here. It's in its previous life, it's filling in, drilling in and also sucking out the oil for oil consumption and also for these rocket launches, and ironically also boom, it's just explode. It's just straight up, it's just fully fuel consumption just straight away. You can say that that's actually one of the craziest story at the time, and it's still pretty crazy story even for me to phantom as well of the launch failure of the Zenith 3 SL that supposedly carried the NSS 8. If I remember, that one is supposedly for the national launch security for the US, if I remember. But yeah, as much as the time goes by, eventually there's a loss of rocket finally coming in. Eventually with the C platform, one of it, if I remember, is the Gravity One rocket, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this one. This one is one of the biggest, big of a beast as well. And if you see even the design, yeah, I can say the solid rocket booster itself, even the diameter is pretty big actually. Okay, it's pretty big. Let me, yeah, it's actually pretty big, but I consider it in terms of the height, in terms of height to diameters ratio. I can say this is a quite midget size in comparison to Ariane Ariane 64, and yeah, like this one, if you can see as well. Yeah, and yeah, this is how it looks like. But as well, you want to know how this shape also reminded me about the Ariane 64? It reminds me on one specific interesting rocket as well, multi-purpose nano missile system. Yeah, unfortunately, they did not pursue. Unfortunately for the U.S. Army, they did not pursue this design beyond the conceptual and some limited testing on the on the booster. Yeah, this one, if you want to know, this type of the MNMS multi-purpose multi-purpose nano missile system. This one, this variant is actually variant for the orbital side. So on, if I remember, only this four liquid fuel boosters. Only this variant can go into the low Earth orbit, supposedly. But the rest of it, for these two solid, no, for the two how do I say it? Two liquid fuel strap-on boosters. That one not designed for that. Usually need to be fully loaded on top of the upper stages. Yeah, here just to kick its job. If I remember, it has a mass payload of around 20-30 kilograms into the lower orbit, around 400 plus kilometers. Yeah, supposedly they should pursue this design, but it got quietly cancelled when around 2010, something like that, 2011, 2012, around the same year where they publicly announced this. And also another rocket as well that US Army also canceled as well. Another interesting one is the Swords, if I remember correctly, Swords rocket. If I remember, not this one. There's another one, the US Army version as well. That one is looks. If you even see this, yeah, this one. Take a guess where they got some of that idea. And yeah, I just give you a little bit of moment so you can guess how where they did get some of this idea. Okay, so I think my time is out. I can give you something. Okay, guess and guess what? That idea looks almost similar. Okay, here look almost similar to look at this one. It looks almost similar to a truck rocket. Yeah, this one. What a crazy coincidence! They are using this 70s. I can say at the time it's actually a pretty original design actually. You can see Lutz Kaiser with the model itself, how he actually envisioned it back then. You need to remember back then around the 70s, there's literally no SpaceX at all. Even the commercial viability of the space flight, it's not like uh, this day. And one of the idea that he thought about, how about if we want to increase the payload capacity at the expense of more complicated, I don't know, more welding stuff here and there. How about we cluster all of the boosters into this one megalodon rockets here? So yeah, you can say it's a pretty crazy idea. I can say he actually thinks pretty forward, even ahead of his time. But you need to remember this period. I can also note that this kind of period as probably not really one of the best time you can go as a private space company, because at the time there's literally a Cold War era, with between US and also Soviet Union as well. They are doing this space race, and to some kind of extent as well. Even back then, China also similarly developed their kind of stuff, with the Long March 1 rocket. This one is derivative from the Dongfeng 2. And yes, Dongfeng 2 as a ballistic missile is still being used till this day. This 60s, 70s rocket technology, China still use this till this day. And eventually this Dongfeng 2, eventually after it's being expanded into the Long March 1, eventually they go with the Long March 2, and eventually expanded into the Long March 3 as well. Yeah, with the Long March 2A as well. Also one of the expanded from the Dongfeng 2 ballistic missile. Okay, this one much better from the New Origins. This is how it looks like. And if I remember, there's also one awkward derivative as well from this. If I remember, there's one name. If I remember, Baofeng, something like that. Let me see. Is it Baofeng? Because I need to remember this Dongfeng 2. Yeah, Dongfeng 2. Where is it? Because I remember about the weird about one weird awkward sibling of all of it. Long March 1. Let me see. Yeah, another awkward one is the Long March 1D. This one is only for suborbital version, derived from the Long March 1 as well. Let me see. Where is the one weird awkward rocket back then that's actually paralyzed together with the Long March 2, if I remember? Where is it? Oh, because it's just a bit hard. Because seriously, it's hard to find this kind of information. Because I'm not kidding. I actually saw it back then. What is it? Okay, so looks like they already go live. Nice. Okay, nice. So looks like it. Okay. All right. Maybe give me a little bit of time. What's that one previous rocket that I considered weird and awkward time, where the Long March 2 and that one rocket actually being developed in similar span of time, but the difference is that who's the team actually handling it. Because you need to remember that's a Mao Zedong era with, I don't know, whatever ambition that he had back then, as a practically as the ruler of China back in the day. The CCP era. Oh, well, it's still this day. Really crazy. But now someone else there. Let me see. Long March. Where is it? Baofeng? Is it Baofeng rocket or what? Yeah, because I don't remember which rocket is it that's actually being developed at the same time as Long March 1 or Long March 2. Yeah, I mean, I do actually read that, but I don't know. My history is a bit rusty. Is it something to do with the Shanghai aerospace, something like that? Shanghai aerospace rocket. Let me see. Oh, looks like we are live. Yes, awesome. Here we go. We are go live right now. So sorry for that kind of stuff. Here we go. The Arianespace has already gone live right now. After a little bit of waiting here, and as you can see, this one is, if I remember, is the gas generator cycle, because you can see the piping out from the nozzle. You can see there. All right, awesome. You can see. Hey, let's go. We have live. As you can see, it does actually fits in 32 Amazon LEO satellites there. In this case, it's going to be the launch of the Amazon LEO LE-02 LEO Europe. So you can see there. And yeah, the main customer for this this mission would be the Amazon LEO itself, themselves.
Hello there, and a very big welcome to
Hello.
Road to Space. We're live at the European Spaceport in French Guiana to launch the next 32 Amazon LEO satellites, traveling on board.
Okay, it should be a good balance with the volume. Everyone here agree? Please give in the live chat if it doesn't sound too loud, or maybe too yeah, if it's sound too loud or too low, please tell me on the live chat, because your feedback actually really helps me to improve the stream and whatnot.
With its 4 boosters.
Here we go. Get ready.
In mission control.
Yeah, so this is the mission control. If I remember, this is a Jupiter mission control. Okay. Inside here, you can see there.
I'm Katie Haswell, and joining me is our
Yeah, so yeah, previously, before Katie Haswell that presenting this kind of stuff, previously it's Joshua Jempol actually commentating. If I remember, he actually commentated back around the Ariane 4 rocket launches, but eventually at the almost tip end flight of the Ariane 5, eventually he got replaced by Katie Haswell. So yeah, it's pretty. It is what it is, you know.
Has an exciting journey ahead. Loic and I will be with you.
And yeah, just in case you want to know, I need to mention to you again, hello everybody, and welcome to the stream. You're now currently watching the Arianespace's Ariane 64 Block 1 rocket with the flight number of the VA268, which will be launching the Amazon LEO LE-02, okay, with the 32 satellites, with the total mass on board based on the previous estimation on the LEO America version. Each of the satellites is 579.31 kilograms. If we multiply it by 32, it should carry around 18,538 kilograms if rounded, or slightly rounded, but still almost as accurate as can be. It will be around 18,537.93 kilograms. So yeah, almost around 18.54 metrics of tons. Yeah, so that's that.
Very much involved after liftoff. Let's go inside the mission control center now, inside the fishbowl, to David Caballeros.
All right.
David is the CEO
I think this is good, isn't it?
David, thanks for coming to chat with us. How are operations progressing for launch?
Hi, Katie. Everything is on
okay,
track.
so
here at the
yeah, right now,
David
checks,
every systems
Right now,
are
David
green.
cover
The weather
cover
conditions are
lawless
favorable.
less.
So now
I think
Arianespace is turning
sorry if
on
I
its pad,
butcher
equipped
his
with
name.
4 boosters
I'm
and
not
ready for
very
the
good
launch.
with the French pronunciation, but right now he's the CEO of the CEO of
David, tell
the
us a little bit more about our
Arianespace.
passengers for
Previously, if
today's
I
ride.
remember, it's
Yeah, absolutely. So
who's
today, Ariane
who
6 is
who's
carrying on
who is
board
it? Because
32
I'm not going
satellites for our
to
client, Amazon Leo. This is the second launch within
where
a
is it?
series of 18 that we are doing for Amazon. And I must say that we are very, very proud to support Amazon's ambition to deploy
Where
high
is it? Where
quality
is it?
connected services worldwide.
Because if I remember, it's Stefan something. Stefan.
And David, this is the
Yeah,
seventh launch for the Ariane 6 launch
previous
vehicle, the
CEO for the
rocket.
Ariane
Why is
space
that
is
important?
the
Well,
Stefan
it demonstrates our
Stefan
ability
Israel.
to quickly
Yeah,
ramp
nothing
up
to do
our
with
launch
the real world
cadence and
Israel
also
as
to
well,
deploy
of course.
large-scale
Just that I need to give you a
telecommunication
little bit of
constellation. So I would like to thank
uh,
our Amazon client
information
for their
who's
continued
the previous
trust.
CEO, and eventually David's in the
Indeed.
position of
Thank
the
you very much
CEO
indeed,
as
David.
the
Best wishes to
chief
you now and
executive
to
officer
all your
as the
teams
Ariane
as we get
space. So
closer
yeah,
to launch. David Carrier,
or
thank
Ariane
you.
space if you still
So,
want to
Ariane
go with the
6, as we
pronunciation.
said, has already lifted off 6 times
As you can
each
see,
launch, delivering
you can see
6 satellites, absolutely
you can
full
actually see
speed.
there.
Come to
That's
two
how the
versions, as we've
separation
heard. We've got the
looks like.
62
Oh,
version, which has
and
2
good
boosters,
news is that
and
it
the
looks like we have
64 with
another
4
detail as
boosters.
well
We are indeed
for the
flying the
launch.
64 version today, Loic. It's very powerful.
Yes, it's the second time we're using it, and
As you
it's
can
the
see,
most
the
powerful rocket in
Ariane
Europe, and
64
it has
rockets
been
here,
designed to
Block 1,
deliver
it's
over
standing
20 tons
mighty
to
on
low
the
Earth
launch
orbit,
pad
and
of
this
the
is the kind of orbit we are targeting today with our
around the
32
Guyana
Amazon LEO
Space Center.
satellites.
This one, if I
We
remember
definitely
correctly,
need that
specifically
extra
the
power to lift it off.
ELA-4,
And if you look at the
the
top of
Ariane
the
Launch
rocket, you can see
Center
the pointed
number 4.
section. You're
This one
looking at
is
the fairing.
newly
We have 2
constructed,
versions of that
and
as well.
the
Yes, another
ELA-3 no longer
versatility
being
feature
used.
of Ariane 6 is that we have two
ELA-3, if
types
I
of
remember,
fairing,
it's
the
previously
rather short
used
one of
for the
14 meters
Ariane
and the
5 launches,
extended
but
version of
no
20
longer
meters that
needed,
we
so
are
it's
using
already
today
been
as we are
decommissioned. Okay,
accommodating a lot of
and
passengers,
probably
32 of them.
might
We
as
need
well
also
be
that extra leg
used
to be able to fit all
might
our
as well
satellites
be
inside.
used and possibly modified for the
Indeed,
Ariane
so
6
we've got
at
the
some
most
point.
powerful
Could be,
version yet
or could be
of
for
the launcher,
another rocket launches in
and
the
with the
future,
longer
especially
fairing
with the Ariane Next.
with our
That one we
satellites
don't know, but
inside. They
some
are
information details
scheduled to
that
lift off in just under
it's
22
basically
minutes'
modeled a
time.
little
What's
bit
going to
from
happen
the
after that?
So
SpaceX with
we'll
the
start our
Falcon
journey
9
to space
or
today with the
Falcon Heavy stuff,
ignition
but
of the
that's the
four
only best
boosters
thing
of
we
the
know.
Ariane 6
And this is
rocket.
the flight profile.
Alongside the main
Let's
Vulcan
hear it.
engine, we will lift off from the coast of French Guiana towards the North Atlantic. Then about 2 minutes and a half of flight, we
Yeah, after
will
that, the booster
separate the
separation
boosters
of
and
the
we'll continue the
4
journey with the propulsion of the main
P120C
Vulcan engine.
SRBs, and after that,
About
framing separation at T
a
plus
few seconds
3
after
minutes
that,
and
we
14
will be
seconds, and
exiting
then
the
later
atmosphere,
on
and so
at T
we'll be
plus
able to
7
separate the
minutes and
fairing
40
that is
seconds, the
protecting our
Vulcan
satellites right now.
main gen
About
cutoff
8 minutes of
initiate,
flight, and we
and
will
then
be able
stage
to shut
separation
down the Vulcan
at T
engine. We
plus
will have finished
7
with the
minutes and
propulsion of this
46
stage,
seconds
and we'll
into the flight,
separate the
and
main
then T plus
stage, moving
7
the four
minutes and
to the
54
main
seconds
upper
is the
stage,
upper
which is equipped with
stage
the
of the
Vinci
Vinci
engine.
rocket
It's a
engines
reignitable
ignited,
engine.
and then
We'll use it 3 times during
boost
this
fast.
mission. And the first boost will be
Okay,
about
and then
11
after that,
minutes
you can see
duration. We will then have a caustic
that's why I
phase
said
or
it's
ballistic phase.
restartable,
We will reach
and then
the ground station in New
oh, two
Zealand
of
and be able
Leo
to have a second
separations
boost of the Vinci
one by
engine, a
one,
very short
so to
one,
ensure
to be on the right
that
orbit
the
to
satellites will
deliver our
not colliding
satellites.
to each
So the
other.
separation
And
sequence
if it's not
itself today
colliding to
will
each other,
last about 25
at least
minutes.
it
Will
does
be
have some
divided
kind
in
of
12
good
steps. We will
things there
separate the
as well.
satellites 3 by 3, 2 by 2, and then eventually the last one. We'll finish over the Atlantic.
Oh, 3 by
And
3,
once the
and
commercial
then
mission
after
is
that 2 by
over,
2,
we
and
will
then yeah,
enter the
something
last
like that.
phase of our mission for Ariane 6, which is a third boost of the Vinci
All
engine,
right,
and then preparation for re-entry into the atmosphere above the Pacific
all
Ocean.
right.
We call
So
it the
that's
deceleration phase,
how
and this way
you
we
can
don't
see.
leave any debris in to space.
Yeah, you can see
So
that's
that's
how
the
the reentry
plan
work.
for today's flight,
That's how the plan is actually going.
for today's journey. But right now, the 32 Amazon Leo
Oh,
satellites are sat
why
inside
the
our
terminal
rocket,
countdown there is
waiting
freezing
to
at the
start
minus
their ride.
17 minutes and
Amazon Leo
13
is
seconds.
Amazon's
I
low
don't know why it's
Earth
actually
orbit
frozen
satellite network, isn't
there,
it?
but
Absolutely.
it
The
is what it
mission is
is.
to connect the world through a constellation of satellites in a low Earth orbit, so close to
All
Earth.
right, you can see
And that
there.
will be delivering fast and reliable
Initiation will
internet
be
to
ready
people,
in.
businesses, and communities. And that's
And you
beyond
can
the reach
see
of
on the
existing
Jupiter Mission
airports.
Control Center here,
And
in
even major
the
cities
Kourou, in
getting
the
online
French
isn't
Guyana, you can see they are
always as
pretty
simple as it
busy
sounds. I can vouch
working
for that living
for
in London.
in the
I can walk
preparation for
down
the
the
launch as
street,
well. And you can
and
see
in one street I can have
even
great
even some
service,
of
in the
the
next street I can
some of
find
the
I have terrible data
Well,
connections.
surely,
even some of the
surely Amazon will
teleconference
do
mic
something
there
for you. But
still
no,
there, since
seriously, that's
the
true. That poor
Ariane
internet connection that we sometimes
Ariane
face is really a problem with our
501
hardware,
launches.
which
I
determines
noticed there
who
is
can
like the
learn,
mic
work,
there,
participate
the
in a
teleconference
world which
mic.
we increasingly depend on
Man,
being online.
I think
We do.
it
We've got
itself can be
great
considered as
internet. We get
very
great speed
iconic
internet
in
literally wherever you are, whether you're
space
in
flight history at
Greenwich
this point.
City Street
Just
or
like
your
how
home.
the Apollo missions also leave
Amazon Leo's
us
momentum
the
continues to
mark, and
accelerate from
it's still
signing
being
partnerships across a
seen till
wide
this
range of
day.
industries to
Especially
plans to bring
one of it is about
connectivity
the R
directly to
dash
mobile
4D
devices.
rocket
And
engines.
all of
That
this
one is
is
actually
in service
derived
of one
from the
mission, connecting
Apollo
everyone
mission as well.
everywhere.
If I remember specifically about the Eagle moon lander, if I remember. So yeah, it still leaves the mark till this day for the satellite operation.
Amazon
Pretty
Leo.
useful. And this is the view you can see here next.
Several years ago, Amazon set out to build the most advanced satellite system in the world. From the ground up, they designed
Oh,
and built
okay.
everything.
Ion propulsion there.
The satellites,
I believe.
the customer terminals, and
All
the
right.
network architecture to connect them all. Relentless work, precision, innovation, and commitment.
I think the ion propulsion
Built
could be
over
there
years of
using the,
focused effort.
if not argon,
Today, this team wakes up every morning
something.
driven by the same ambition.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Delivering
mispronounce
fast,
which.
reliable internet to people.
What are the
Businesses
typical
and communities
ion
beyond the
propulsion
reach of existing networks.
fuel that they are using?
What started as a vision is now in
Let
production.
me see. Oh, okay.
A
They're
single
still
system
using there.
built on 3 pillars. Ground infrastructure.
All right.
Satellites operating low Earth orbit. And high-performance
Okay.
customer
Yeah,
terminals
they
designed
they're
for
actually
every
using the
need. Amazon
noble
Leo is scaling
gas,
fast,
but
building
sometimes
a
they
new
can also
era of
using the
internet
argon.
with full-rate
Just that the
satellite
argon is
production running
a little bit
and
more
over 100
expensive
launches on its
in
manifest.
comparisons to the xenon. So usually they are using the xenon as the
From
propellant
Europe's
for
spaceport
the
in French
ion
Guiana,
propulsion system.
Ariane 64 rises into the sky, carrying
All right.
32 Amazon Leo satellites beneath its fairing.
Here we go again.
With today's
You
launch,
can see
we add another
how it looks
32
like on the
satellites in a
launch.
single heavy lift mission, accelerating deployment, an initial constellation of over
Hopefully the
3,000
music is not
spacecrafts.
copyrightable, because otherwise it's going to be a
Operating
bit
at around 600
nightmare.
kilometers above Earth, Amazon Leo brings connectivity closer to
All
everyone,
right.
everywhere. A remote classroom that no longer freezes.
You
A
can see
medical
there
consultation
another one.
without interruption. A small business
So
in a rural
basically
town
this is
reaching
like a use
customers
case
across the globe.
justification, like trying to sell
Enterprises
the
connecting
idea what
offices across
how
regions,
this thing can solve
where
your problem
traditional
like that.
networks fall short. Airline passengers staying connected at 35,000 feet.
Or 10 kilometers altitude.
Emergency teams connected where no infrastructure exists. Amazon Leo is designed to serve them all.
Yeah, so basically you can say Amazon Leo is the competitor to the
With 4 boosters and unmatched lifting
SpaceX's
capability,
Starlink, and
Ariane
also to some
64
extent
doesn't
with
just
the
launch
OneWeb and
satellites,
also the
it brings the future closer.
my terrible
Each launch
pronunciation,
adds
AST
capacity and extends the reach
Space
for
Mobiles
Amazon Leo network.
Bluebird satellites, just to
Strengthening
give you
performance with every
a bit of
mission.
view. And before all of this exists,
High-speed
back then,
connectivity,
with the
expanding
Iridium
mission after
satellites
mission.
constellation as well.
Amazon
But that
Leo
one is not really
connecting more
100%
people,
powerful,
more
so
businesses,
now
and
it's
more
being
communities around the
largely
world.
replaced by this one,
Stay
this type of
tuned,
systems.
Peru.
As you can see on the corner there. Okay, we are moving in at T minus 15
Martin, the
minutes
Amazon Leo
mark,
constellation's growing
and
fast.
looks
We
like
already
we are
have
still going
270
in
satellites
pretty
in
good
orbit, and
there.
we're going to be adding another 32 of those today. So that'll be bringing the constellation to over 300. That's quite a
Nice,
milestone.
look at that.
Joining me to tell us about all this is Martin van
Okay,
Delden,
but
who is
otherwise,
the head of
maybe
consumer for Amazon Leo
maybe
Europe.
I'll
Martin and
I'll
his
take
team
myself a
are
little bit of break,
responsible for bringing
so I'm not going to
Amazon
talk
Leo's
that much.
connectivity solutions
Just
to
give me some time, it's
households
okay?
across Europe. So that's a
I need
very
some
important job,
breathing here,
Martin.
here
Thank
and
you
there.
so
So,
much for
but
being with us.
other than that, thank you so
Looking at
much
the
for
countdown,
coming
we
into the
are
stream.
14
I
minutes
really
after
appreciate it,
launch. I wonder how you're
and
feeling right now.
stay tuned.
Well, first of all, thanks
Uh,
for having me. This is
stay
super, super
stay
cool
tuned
to
for
be able
the
to be
general
here.
spaceflight
We're
launches
obviously
and
excited
whatnot,
about
you
every
know.
launch we do. We feel a
And
strong
I'm not
commitment
going to nag you
to
and say,
getting it
hey,
right.
please
I
subscribe
would
to
say
my
today's
channel
a
or
little
like
bit more
this video,
special.
like this
Just 2
stream,
days ago,
like this video.
Tuesday,
I mean, you
was the
already know
anniversary of
what
our
you want
first
to do, right?
launch.
So I give you
Within a
option.
year, we've
So,
been able, as you
but
just
other
said,
than
to
that,
launch over 200
please
satellites.
enjoy the show.
If today goes well, we'll get to over 300.
And I need
That's
to
11 launches in
rest
just
my
over 12 months, which is incredible.
my mouth,
I believe it
my
makes
own
us
mind as well,
the
so I have
fastest
time
deployed
to
new constellation.
talk
So yeah,
again.
we're
So yeah,
incredibly excited. We're
thank you.
also incredibly proud of all the work that our own teams are doing, but also all the hard work that our partners such as Arianespace are doing to support this mission.
And yeah, I mean, you must be. It's very, very impressive,
Absolutely.
isn't it? Martin, you're European, and you're also defining how Amazon Leo comes to Europe, if you like, brings the services to Europe. So, I mean, does today feel a kind of a little bit more personal for you in a way?
It absolutely does, yes. I'm Dutch. I'm actually from an area in Holland that is pretty well connected. My wife's Italian. Her family lives in a small village on a hillside, which doesn't have that connectivity, and just shows how easy it is to take good connectivity for granted. And those are the types of communities we're doing this for, whether it's rural communities, people on islands, people on mountainsides, really those types of communities we want to connect. Plus businesses, remote farmers, remote construction projects. That's really the mission. And then looking at, it's a European rocket with a European supply chain launched from European soil. Yeah, that brings it pretty close to home. It's very, very exciting.
And if your wife's Italian, I'm hoping you get some very good food.
Usually, yes, absolutely.
In her village. Martin, every mission has its own identity, it has its own story, whether it's the technology, whether it's the mission patch, whatever it is. Are there any ideas? Was there any innovation, anything that inspired you guys when creating this mission?
Yes, there are. If you look at the mission patch, you'll see a little airplane. So when we took a step back and thought about what Amazon Leo is about, it's about seamless global connectivity wherever you are. And I think the best way to show that is even in a moving plane, thousands of feet up in the air, you can stay connected. So the team is really connected to that. And the icon of the plane really
well, nice, fresh water here.
Nice, I like that story.
Oh,
and what is
that's
it
a good
about
one.
this technology, would you say, that's going to actually really kind of change people's lives, if you like? Or, what is it about the technology that makes you excited?
Sure. To me, it's how it all comes together. So we have tons of innovation, whether it's in the satellites, the antennas, the ground infrastructure, the way we're working with AWS for our networking. I think if you bring that together and you add in the customer obsession that Amazon has, the trust that people have in Amazon to deliver, I think that's what really will drive the value for our customers. And yeah, we can't wait to get it in our customers' hands.
Indeed. So what's next?
We'll keep building. Job's not done. As Amazon, we have a mission to be the most customer-centric company in the world. When you see that there's billions of people that lack access to one of the fundamental technologies of our time, that's the mission that we're trying to solve. And our solution is Amazon Leo. So the mission as Amazon Leo is to have fast, reliable connectivity wherever people are, to allow communities and businesses to thrive. So today is a big step. It's a very important step, but it's one step of many on what will be a decades-long mission to deliver on that mission.
And what a mission it is. Thank you very much indeed, Martin, for coming and talking
Absolutely.
to us about it.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Cheers.
Thank you. So we are coming up now to the next big moment. That will be the final weather check. That comes at what we call a T-10.
All right.
10 minutes before
So,
launch.
good. Get
We
ready in for the
are on the
weather
Amazon
report with the
rainforest,
meteorological
on the
report,
edge
meteor
of the
report.
Amazon rainforest
Let's
in
listen
French
in.
Guiana, which is on the northeastern coast
And
of
you can
South
see this is the
America.
inside the Jupiter Mission
You can
Control
see it there
Center.
on the screens, the map at the bottom there.
And this is the close-up view of the Ariane 64 rocket. You can see the payload fairing. There's decorated with the Amazon Leo, and also with the Arianespace, with the Ariane group, and also the number 6 there, the main contributor, European contributor nations contributing to this Ariane 6 rocket launches. And by now we are in the T-minus 9 minutes and 40 seconds before the flight, as we are still waiting for the launch itself. And as you can see on the launch pad, you can see there's the grounding. There's like a big tower there on the far side of it. That one is to protect the rocket from the lightning strike. So in case anything happens, the lightning, it's going to go with the tallest infrastructure first. So it's going to hit the ground. The lightning will hit the ground with the grounding tower first, and this is the tower station. You can see, with the meteor tower station there, meteorology, and even the meteor balloon as well. You can see that one filled with the inside the balloon itself. It's actually filled with the helium gases because it's pretty light, and also for the and also it uses the rubber latex balloon, pretty light as well. So it can bring the instrumentation upward into the upper atmosphere just to calculate just to get the real-time insight to measurement of the wind speed, velocity, and also the changes as well with the shear as well to ensure that everything is safe. And yeah, in case you also and also we are back again to the Jupiter Mission Control Center, T-minus 8 minutes and counting. Okay, this one is the AN 225, I believe, the Antonov AN 225 Ruslan. That's how it actually be carried, and this is the canopy cell board here. Okay, and that one also with the sailing pole there. That one can reduce the fuel usage and also keep it efficient, but at the same time still able to do its job, carrying the rocket parts, especially for the Ariane 6. Oh, some of the interesting ITAR moment, you know, the international traffic regulation. Yeah, looks like ITARs is literally just kicking in. So we cannot see some of the interesting part, but however, looking pretty good. So this is how it's actually assembled to the launch pad, especially the launch gantry tower there. And this is the P120C side SRB. You can see there where it's actually stacking together with the 4 solid rocket boosters attached to the Ariane 6 into the core stage, the first stage. And this is the sticker in, putting it there with the Amazon Leo and also the Arianespace logo. And of course, other than with just some dots there surrounding the fairing there, that's also to identify as well the view for the tracking camera. Okay, just to determine its role, pitch, and yaw program. So that's why it's pretty important to have that as a safety, and also to analyze it back to the launch. And you can see some of the bolts and nuts as well here and there. And you can see it's in the night time in the French Guyana right now. We are in T-minus 5 minutes and 40 seconds before the launch, and looks like everything looks fine and great here. Okay, so look at here. This is the Jupiter Mission Control Center back in the Kourou in the French Guyana, just located a few kilometers away from, or tens of kilometers away from the ELA-4, which is the Ariane Launch Complex 4.
À tous
That's
de
the
DDO.
launcher, of course, the
Attention pour
range,
la séquence
and the
finale
satellites.
lanceur.
All right, getting ready in for the countdown. T-minus 5 minutes.
Top. H0 dans
Mark
5 minutes.
T-minus 5 minutes before the launch, as the rocket is still preparing for its
Our range
program, and
operations
it's going to be
manager
launched
in
at the
Mulderr
at the end of the
announcing
launch window.
the
So if it's
beginning of
aboard
the
there,
synchronized
there is no
sequence. It's
option
the
but to bring
final
it to another day. So
go
hopefully everything
decisions.
looks pretty good. T-minus
Decision.
4
And
minutes
we'll be
40
hearing
seconds
Xavier's voice
before the
throughout
launch.
the
Terminal countdown
launch,
is still
calling
looking
out
good.
the major milestones.
And as you can see, some
Looking
of
across
the
the base,
vapor
we'll
there,
be
that one
starting
is
to hit.
produced from the
Obviously, there are lots of
liquid
facilities, lots of people
oxygen
here
and
at
some
the
small
base,
trace
so
amount of
everybody needs to
element
be
of the
focusing
liquid
on
hydrogen
its works.
being
So we
vaporized
are now in
into the
what, 69
atmosphere.
seconds
That's
of
why you can see
automatic
the
sequence. What's that?
some
What's
the
happening?
vapor there.
Yes, we are in the important moment of
And
technology when in the next
previously,
5 minutes
or
we will
hopefully they
prepare
will
the
switch to
final
the
state
another
of
view.
the rocket. So step by step,
Okay,
the ground
T
controllers,
minus,
which are handling
get
a
ready
lot
in
of
for T minus
operations right
4
now. We're
minutes
talking about
in.
activation of valves, pressure and checks,
Mark T
avionics,
minus 4
safety
minutes,
checks.
getting
Then we
ready,
will leave
as
the way to the onboard
these
computer that will
this
become
Ariane
more and
64
more
rockets
autonomous.
right
And
now
of
will
course,
be
at the
launching
end of
at the
the rocket,
near
we have
at
a
the end
fully
of the
ready launcher
launch
ready
window
to lift
readiness.
off.
So if anything happens, if let's say the launch has to be aborted, they have to go
So we've
change the date
got
again to
lots of
another
teams
day, but
here
hopefully
at the
not today.
base. Obviously, we've been
And if
seeing
you
the
see, there's like
mission
some rocket,
control
there's some like
team,
flames here and
but we
there, right?
also
You
have
see,
a
that one is venting out
launch
the
control center,
liquid
which is
hydrogen.
closer
It's burn out to
to
gases
the
to
power
ensure
supply.
that it's not going to cause the explosion on the first stage, especially when the Vulcan
A
2.1
number of different control
ignition
rooms, as I said,
confirm
and
on the first stage,
the
which
base,
will
we
be
call it
ignited
the
first at
range.
T
All the
minus
different
7 or
facilities, and
8
here are the launch control
seconds before the
teams.
flight, and then
Yes, they
eventually
are the
when it
operations
reaches
team.
to
So
T minus
they are
0
located about
seconds,
5
T minus
kilometers from
0,
the launch
eventually
pad. They
the
are
four
inside a kind of
SRBs
bunker, which is very
side
reinforced, making
side
them safe from
side
the
strap
blast
on
of the
solid
launch.
rocket boosters
And they have
attached
inside him all the
attached to
commands
the
to fill the
Ariane
tank,
6.
pressurize the
It will ignite
systems,
it, the
do basically
P120C,
all plant
which
checks to
will
ensure
finally
that the
release
launcher
the
is
launch
ready.
clamp,
Now they are leaving the way
and
to the
eventually the
computers
birds
and the
will
onboard
be
computers of the
going
launcher, which
into the
are
sky, into
becoming
the space,
autonomous,
and
but they
eventually
will
it
keep
will
on
deploying the
monitoring
Amazon
all the
Leo
parameters. We're talking
LA
about
sorry,
temperatures, pressures,
LE-02
electrical
with
currents,
the 32 satellites on
and
board.
then they get feedback from
Each of
this.
the
And of course,
satellites,
also
the
you have this space
Leo
coordinating that is
Europe, okay,
supporting
based
them,
on
and they
previous
are looking after the
guesstimation
data
with
as well
the
and making sure that everything
Atlas
is going
5
check.
rocket launches of the Leo America
Very
version,
important to have
with the
double set of
16,800
eyes, if you like,
kilograms,
on the
okay, when we divided
consoles.
by 29, it produced
Looking all the better.
579.31
Getting close
kilograms
now,
of
laser
the
focus across the
per
base.
satellite.
We can see the
And if we
cryogenic
try
arms. They're
to
really clamping
multiply
onto
by
the
32 satellites
rocket.
on
They
board
are
on this
pumping
mission,
liquid
it
oxygen
will
and liquid
give us
hydrogen into
around
the launcher and making extremely low
18,537.93
temperatures.
Yes, indeed.
kilograms,
We're
or
using as
almost
propellant
around
for the main and
18.6
first
metric
stage
tons, or
the
around
liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen.
18.54 metric
So we're
tons
talking
if
about
we
cryogenic
rounded this
fuels.
almost closest as
Liquid
possible.
hydrogen is
That's
minus
the
253
guesstimation
degrees Celsius.
how
So
much
for
these
our
satellites are
US
being
viewers,
loaded
it's
into the
minus
flight.
423 degrees
And
Fahrenheit.
you can see on the
Pretty
view
cold.
there,
Pretty
And
cold.
in
at
comparison,
T minus
the liquid
1 minute
oxygen is
and
only minus
30
150
seconds
degrees.
before
So
the flight,
rather hot,
looks like
if you like.
everything readiness is still looking
Only
good.
minus
And by this point,
150.
the
So we'll
rocket
wait till we
has
get there
already
and
gone
it has
into the
evaporated. We actually opened
automated
up the
launch
Vulcan engine
sequence.
7
T minus 1
seconds
minute and 15
before we
seconds.
ignite the
Looks like
boosters.
everything is good.
That's just to
And get
check
ready
that
for the call
everything's
out
been fired
by
to
the
the
range
correct setting.
operation.
À tous de DDO. Attention pour moins 1 minute.
Get ready in for 1 minute, 60 seconds before the flight.
Top. H0 dans 1
Mark T
minute.
minus 1 minute, 60 seconds before the flight. And it's still counting. And you can see
We
the
are 1 minute to
coldness
launch. Our very
looks
best
like
wishes now to all
everything,
the
the
teams and to our 32
lock
Amazon
stop,
Leo satellites
lock slot,
as they
and
get
also
ready
the
to start their journey. Good luck,
LH2
everyone.
Good luck,
lot
Ariane 6,
top has
and
already
good luck,
complete.
Amazon
The
Leo.
liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen has already fully completed with its loading. Liquid oxygen is negative 186 degrees Celsius, while the liquid hydrogen is negative 254 degrees Celsius. So it's pretty cold for the entire whole flight. And get ready, T minus 22 seconds before the flight, T minus 20 seconds, 19, 18, 17, 16, T
À
minus
tous de
15
DDO.
seconds.
Attention pour le décompte final.
Get ready, T minus 10
10,
second. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Vulcan 2.1 engine has already ignited, and 4 SRB's side solar rocket boosters has ignited and lifted off of the Ariane 64 rocket carrying the Amazon Leo LE-02, launching from the French Guiana, from the Kourou, from the Guyana Space Center, launching from the Ariane Launch Complex 4. And here we go, the view from the onboard camera view here, looking pretty beautiful, pretty bright there, lighting up the bright sky of the Amazon rainforest jungle here. And as we can see, the launch looks appearing pretty good. That pretty orange reddish color there with the solid rocket boosters powering around 99% of the whole flight, with the Vulcan 2.1 rocket engines on the first stage contributing 1% into the flight.
Yeah, right now they are responsible of
And you can see on the onboard camera view there, looking pretty beautiful and nice. Team up plus 1 minute and 13 seconds into the flight. All the flight configuration looks nominal, all looking pretty good. T minus 1 minute 20 seconds. Getting ready in for T minus T plus correction plus, it's not minus, it's plus. T plus 1 minute and 30 seconds mark, 90 seconds into the flight. All looking pretty good, and by now should be getting ready in for the burnout of the SRB side solar rocket boosters there. Okay, and getting ready in should be burnout.
Good views there from our
Whereas the SRB will be finally tapered off on the SRB strike on boosters there. Getting ready in, tapered off. Okay, already observed, tapered off. Here we go, another view. Okay, taper off, tail off right now of the P120C. 4 SRB side boosters attached to the Ariane 64 rocket, and getting ready for the separation of the SRB side strap-on boosters. Get ready in. Get ready anytime from now.
Séparation des ESR.
Okay, SRBs has already been separated, and by now only the Vulcan 2.1 of the first stage should be okay. And this is the view from the view there. You can see this is how it actually separated, so looking pretty good. Nice. This is the nice thing that we want to hear so far, and viewed from the live camera here.
We have the
Okay.
data, of course, but this kind of images is always
T plus 3 minutes mark. Okay, this is around 150 seconds into the flight. Everything is looking nominal and good so far. Get ready in for the payload framing separation. We shall view it.
yes, it's a kind of a
All
nose
right,
cone of
the altitude is 135 kilometers and upward,
from the
and
first
velocity is
rotation around and
2.62 kilometers per second.
the friction of the air, which
Okay,
will,
and as you can see,
so
the
once-
payload framing has already
once we are
separated,
exited it,
viewable and
just
seen
get
for
rid of
that.
the fairing
Looking at
gently.
that, it's flexing out, and you can see some of the aluminum alloy blocks there, thin sheet there to prevent the
Yes,
to
to
prevent
us,
the
and this kind of behavior
acoustic
is just to get the
acoustic
weight
and
of the
vibration
balloon,
from
it's
building up
waving
too
balloons
much that
because
it
it's
can
very
destroy
flexible
the
to make sure that they
payloads
don't break when they separate.
inside the
But on the other hand, it's also very
ins-
robust to
inside the
be able
payload
sustain
fairing
all the
inside the
mechanical
payload fairing
loads
there.
of the aerofoam
In this
balloons
case,
that
it's
we have in the
Amazon Leo
atmosphere, which
with
are
the
really
32
important.
satellites on
So
board
it's a
in this
very
mission.
ingenious
And
design
as it
and
already goes
design
into
because
this
it's
space,
very
already
flexible
reaches
and
the
robust
boundary of
at
the
the same time.
Kármán line, which is the internationally defined as 100 kilometers. It's no longer needed, so it can be ejected out from it to keep it light and to ensure that it can that the propellant can be used lesser to for this flight, and the altitude is 181 kilometers, and orbital velocity is 3.05 kilometers per second and counting up, and distance from Kourou is 460 kilometers and counting up. And as you can see, on the bigger view on the left side here is the view of the onboard camera rocket there. Just few seconds of delays, but otherwise should be near real time. And on the right side is the graph view, which is the altitude versus flights in seconds of the graph there, to show if it's nominal or not. And on the below side of it is the animation toggle up according to the real-time telemetry. And also on the left side, the most left side, is the what happens into the flight right now, as we are getting ready in for the Vulcan 2.1 extinction, or in other words, Vulcan main gen cutoff, which will happen. The MECO will happen eventually, and it uses the gas generator cycle, as you can see, where the two exhaust out being used, where the portion of the propellant of the liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen being burned to move the turbine both for the liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen fuel, so it can be gone into the into the combustion chamber, where it's eventually going to burn to produce thrust. So that's how it's actually work, basically in the principle in general.
Tracking the rockets using telemetry.
All right, so looks pretty good. Altitude is 235 kilometers, velocity is 4.10 kilometers per second, and distance from Kourou is 860 kilometers, 861 kilometers and counting up, as the launch is looking pretty good. Okay, and so far from what I can observe from the trajectory graph there, altitude versus flight time in seconds looks pretty good. And as we are getting ready in for the Vulcan main gen cutoff, or another word is the Vulcan extinction, okay, getting ready in few seconds from now, anytime. Get ready in, listen in.
They are managed by the CNES team, so the French Space Agency, and they are
okay, so getting ready in. Get ready for the main gen cutoff, or also known in this case MECO, or also known as the Vulcan extinction. Get ready in.
So the launcher has checked in at the naval.
Let's listen into the confirmation.
Hello to the teams there. Coming up to the next big moment, that's the switching off of the
okay,
Vulcan.
Looks like it. Vulcan extinction, main gen cutoff, MECO confirm. Okay, stage separation confirm, and getting ready in ignition for the ignition of the Vinci rocket engines on the upper stage.
And we have the
okay, so we have confirmed, and this is the view from the left side here, as the passivation and also propellant dumping initiated on the first stage. Get ready, ignition. Whoa, look at that view. Look at that view. Who would have imagined we have this kind of view back in the Ariane 5? But I guess because of the SpaceX literally just getting up with their PR launch department, so it forces Arianespace to go with this one. So yeah. This is it. You can see it's burning orange red hot there. As usually when hydrogen being burned together with the oxygen, usually it's going to produce a result of the water, in this case water vapor, when it's ignite. Okay, and because of that hot glowing red hot, of course it's and because that energy, that exothermic part, the hot reaction part, it's obviously going to be very hot as well, with how many kilojoule, if I remember correctly, but it should be very hot. So
with lots
that's
of passengers on the bus.
A lot of passengers, and
you can see it's still
VC
going
engine
into
that
the
we are able
flight,
to reignite.
as
We
the
will use 3
launch
post
looks pretty good there.
transmission. We are very flexible on this kind of mission, so we will be able to deliver a constellation
And right now
at
we
the
are
right
in T
place at the right
plus,
time.
almost
This
T
is a
plus 10
really
minutes into the
interesting
flight,
feature of
as
Ariane 6
the launch
as
mission is
such.
good.
We
And
are
the
using
altitude right now,
also
it's
cryogenic
not right
fuels
now
for
almost
this
flat, around
this
306
flight engine. So
kilometers,
once again,
and distance from Kourou is
liquid oxygen and liquid
18,
hydrogen.
almost 1.8 kilometers,
So he's telling us, the
and
range
the
operations manager
velocity is
telling us that the trajectory is
5.33
nominal,
kilometers
it's
per
nominal,
second.
and all the
So
parameters on
this is
board
looking
are
pretty good. T
nominal.
plus
So
10 minutes
that's
into
good
the
news.
flight.
Everything's going according to plan.
We still
The
going with the
tracking stations collect the data
boost
from the
number 1
rockets,
here,
and
with
they
the
actually
second
relay it to the
engine
teams
start
at
number
the
1,
Guiana Space
SES1.
Center, the quick look telemetry teams. We saw them briefly at the beginning.
I mean,
And
it's
their
still
tracking
good so
station is
far.
called Gallium.
We have
Yes,
good
it's
stuff here.
a tracking station just outside of the spaceport on a small hill, and they are now collecting all the data in real time that the launcher is
Okay,
sending.
so
That
this is what
includes,
we
for
want
instance,
to hear so far.
status of the engine, the speed
And
of the
right now it's
pumps,
switching
the
back
pressure of
to
the
the
tanks,
real-time
engine thrust,
animation.
and of course a lot of information on the trajectory, making
Okay,
sure
you
that
can see
we are
there's
on the right track, and
32
they compare all this
Amazon
data
LEO
with
satellites
the
in
actual
a constellation
planned
here. Oh,
launch
sorry.
trajectory and
Pardon me.
simulations.
You can see with
So
the
it
32
allows us
satellites,
to
a
analyze in
constellation
real
on
time
board
the
this
launch is doing,
Amazon LEO,
and they report to the
LE-02,
mission manager in real time. So we
LEO
get this
Europe number
feedback
2.
from the range operation
So
manager
looking pretty good.
based on their analysis.
You can see them on the bottom right of your screen
And this
there,
is now back
focusing very hard.
in the
So it's a
telemetry
very
launch
demanding job
side.
because there's an awful lot of
Apparently, quick
information
look
coming in at once.
telemetry.
Yes, a lot. We have,
All
yes,
right.
you see many people from CNES, Ariane Group, and from
All right. This
Arianespace.
is pretty good so far. And yeah,
And
in
they
case you
share
want
that
to know
information
the
on their
trajectory,
internal
the
comms loop,
the launch
which is their transmission to the
trajectory
range
itself,
operations
that one is
manager,
actually pretty
making
nominal. What's
announcements.
actually been doing is that it's doing this kind
We're,
of
we're going
certain
faster and faster, Loic.
orbital mechanic maneuver
We have
there to
5.6
ensure that the
kilometers per
propellant
second.
can be used
Don't make me do the
optimally,
maths,
but
please, in
also at the
kilometers per
same
hours,
time
but
to
it's rather
ensure that
funny,
it
rather
can
like
be pushed
18,000 or
to
something
certain
kilometers per hour. So
highest point of
it's
the
a good way
orbit
to commute.
as
I wish I had
efficient
that
manner
for
as
work.
possible before using too much propellant. So it uses the
What's our
Earth's
flight
gravity
path?
to
So our flight path
do
today,
more
as
job
we of
than
course said before,
consuming too
we have
much
left French
propellant. So
Guiana
that's
coast.
in
We have
the
crossed the
nutshell how
Atlantic,
what
and
this
we will go above Central Europe,
mechanic
then
is
down
actually doing.
Southeast Asia,
And if you actually
above
notice,
Australia and
this
New
is
Zealand,
sort of a
and
little
we'll
bit
be
of the
able to have the
barbecue
second booster,
maneuver.
the
That one
Vinci
is to
engine.
ensure that
Then we'll have the
certain part
second
of the
flyover South
rockets and
America and the
satellites not
Atlantic, and
going to
that's
be
the part
too
where we
much
will be able to
overheating
separate
as a
ourselves
result
from
of
Amazon
being
Europe.
exposed in the
Then the
space
third
radiation.
big step
And also
of
the
this
space
mission
temperature, if I remember, it's
will be the passivation and the
around
re-entry, which
100
will happen after another lap of
180 plus degrees of Celsius,
above
while on the
passivation.
extreme side, also negative 180
Had the
degrees Celsius,
confirmation
something
there
like
that
that,
we've picked
or
up the signal
154
at
or
the
something like
Santa
that.
Maria tracking
Okay,
station, which
imagine
is
these
in
two
the
extreme together. Of
Azores.
course, it needs to be balanced
Most of the
out
Ariane
together
6 rockets manufactured in Europe,
with
and
this sort of
sections are
slight
transported to French
barbecue
Guiana
maneuver
by boat.
of
But
the
it's
rocket
not just
to
any
keep it
boat.
cool
No, indeed, it's a very
and keep the
innovative
satellites
boat. It's
also
called
cool
Canopy,
for
and it
the
uses
deployment
both fuel
operation
and
later on.
land to cross the ocean. You can see on the screen
And
the 4
you can
sails,
see
these
there
4 masts on the
canopy,
platform, and
the
they
one
use
here,
the wind,
T plus 30
wind
minutes into
power
the flight.
to save the fuel. We are already saving 40% of the fuel.
Okay,
which
I'll
is a
let
great
them
step
explain
for us
here.
to reduce our carbon emissions for these transatlantic crossing. It's been sailing around Europe, as you said, collecting the different sections of the rocket that are manufactured in Europe, and then they carry them across the Atlantic to French Guiana. And canopy is a nice nod to the rainforest canopy, which is basically the ceiling of the rainforest.
A very nice nod indeed, and now we have a lovely view of the riverside part of
And
the
now you can see
canopy
after it's done, it's kind
the
of
Amazon
Earth's
rainforest
gravitational
canopy.
movement
So the flanking
there.
station
So
in
now
Santa
the
Maria
rockets
is
has now
locked
currently
onto
straightened up
our
a bit
rocket's
just to
signal. The teams there
straighten
tracking
up
our
that
launcher.
orbital maneuver
As I
there.
said,
So
it's
it's
a
not going to
Portuguese
dip too
island
low,
near the
because if it's
Azores
dip too low, eventually it's going to
in the
re-enter
Atlantic.
pretty violently, I
So
can say,
let's turn
and the
our
mission's not
attention
going
back
to
to our
end pretty well.
passengers
So
now.
that's
You
why
can see them
it's
there,
already
our
flattened out.
32 Amazon LEO satellites
Even
as
though
they
the
hurtle through
trajectory is still
space
not yet, but
on on their way
that's pretty
to their
normal, as long as it's
destinations.
not going
I'm
below
delighted
a
to
certain around
be
160
joined
kilometers,
by
something like
Johan
that,
Benner.
to ensure that it's
Johan
not
is the
re-enters
Public Policy
back
Director,
and
Europe
ended the missions in
Digital
failure.
at
So
Amazon.
that's how
Thank
it's
you so
being
much for
done.
coming to chat with us.
Thank you for
So,
having
And
me.
for in the
well,
meantime,
it
I'll
really is
let
our
them
pleasure.
talking here,
Johan, we
because
are,
I need to keep
let's
my
say,
mouth
14 and a
resting here
half
and
minutes
keep my
now
mind resting
into
here as well.
our
You know, as much
journey.
as I'm very excited to
Anything standing
keep
out
talking. So
to
that's
you?
that.
Well, I've been shaking a lot for 14 and a half minutes, so I'm not sure I'm done yet with it, but it's amazing to see, you know, the liftoff, and of course the mission is still ongoing, but it's just incredibly exciting. And you know, I've been supporting Amazon Leo for 7 years now, and so to see it go live for real, it's just crazy.
Yeah, that's 7 years. And now here we are today launching. That must be quite an emotional experience. There's an awful lot of expertise in Europe, and this mission brings together a lot of the European capabilities. How important is this mission and this
T plus
partnership
15 minutes
for
and 30
Amazon Leo?
seconds into the
Well,
flight.
it's really crucial, you know, it's a global project, Amazon Leo, but it embarks a lot of European technology, and of course, core to that, you know, to that contribution is Arianespace and Ariane 6. But through the Arianespace and Ariane Group supply chain, actually more than 600 businesses across Europe contribute to that project. And there is more because we also manufacture, for example, our satellite dispensers in Europe. So this is really a teamwork from Team Europe.
And
Indeed,
probably
and
I can
every
give a
mission's
little bit of
teamwork, isn't it?
information
There are
before I
so many
put
people
again the
involved, all
information
working
there,
together.
is that the
Also, I
Ariane
mean, there is
6
also the
rocket is
economic and
actually
the
targeted
industrial
for the
side to this. How
11
important
launches
is
per
that?
year. So you
Well,
can
I
say
think
almost
it's
one
really important, and there are
launch
some metrics
per
about that.
month,
There is
but so far
a
not yet
very
hitting that
significant
target yet,
contribution
compared
of
to,
that
let's say, with the
partnership
Ariane
to the
5, which
European
only
Space
can be
Agency
launched
that
6 to
results
7
into
times
thousands of
per year.
engineers and
And
highly
yes,
skilled
this 6 to 7,
technicians
this one
being
not
involved in
intended
that project.
as a pun to
That also
whatever memes out
kind of
there about
relies
the
on
6 7 stuff, but
innovation
it is what it
across
is.
13
I
different
just want to
European
state the
countries.
facts.
And
And
so
next we'll be
that's great
going
for the European space industry. That's also great for the European
Vinci
economy at large.
extinction, or
It's billions of
practically
additional
the
GDP.
second engine
But most
cutoff number
importantly,
1.
because
Get
at
ready
Amazon,
in.
you know, we are customer centric.
And yeah,
It's great
let
for people.
me take a break
There
again
are
from
tens of
talking.
millions of
I'm still
households
here anyways.
still in Europe who are still waiting for reliable broadband connectivity. There is also a key use case for a number of businesses, including at times where redundancy and resilience are absolutely crucial, for example, in case of natural disaster. And this is exactly what Amazon Leo will provide to Europe, that connectivity, that resilience, that redundancy that will serve the communities. And so I will finish here by saying that I'm also very, very much aligned with David Cavalloles, who said after the first launch in February that this partnership actually
Okay, so looks
contributes
like
to
we are
European strategic
soon to
autonomy
the
because
second
with
engine
that
cutoff
new
number 1,
communication system
or in
that will provide
the
resilient,
Arianespace
reliable communication,
definition, they are
with
using
that
the
contribution to the European
Vinci
space
extinction,
industry and
which
the
Vinci
economy
stands
growing.
for
And
the
that's exactly what we do.
the upper
Yeah,
stage
very,
that
very
the
important.
Vinci rocket
What
engines
would you,
uses. And
anybody
yes,
who's watching this
it
now
can
watching
actually
this
be
launch, watching this
restart
mission
multiples
unfold,
of
what would
time.
you like
And
them
I
to
also
take away
forgot to
from
mention
this?
early on, not only it
Well,
does have the
I'm
restart
proud.
capability, but
I
also it does have
very
the
much believe that
APU
people who
capability
have
as well, the
seen
auxiliary
the
power
takeoff
unit,
are proud as well.
to
Of course,
keep
it's
the
still ongoing, so
propellants
we'll see
not
how
only
it
heat up, but also
unfolds
to
for the
keep
rest of the
the
mission. But
rockets
that's,
still
I mean, amazing to see
functioning
the
for the
contribution
maneuver,
of Europe
for the thrust and whatnot. So that's why
to a global
as
project
well.
like
And get
Amazon
ready
Leo.
in for
Well,
the
we're very proud to
second
have you
engine
here.
cutoff number
Thank
1,
you very much indeed for
Seco
joining
1,
us,
getting
Johan,
ready in for the
and very best wishes now for the
Vinci
ongoing
extension
mission.
engine there,
Thank you.
as it's going for the
So,
ballistic course for its
back
flight, where it's
to
not
our flight.
igniting an
We
engine, and
are
to keep it safe
18
up until
minutes, coming up
the
to 19 minutes
second engine start number 2.
into our journey,
Get ready in.
coming up to the next big moment, which is, of course, the extinction of the upper stage engine, which we've just had confirmed there by our range operations manager. Loic is back with us. Loic, why are we switching off the engine
Okay, looks like it. Get
So
ready.
right now we're on
Let's
an
hear from the
elliptical
call out
orbit, an elliptical
from
orbit, so
the
kind of the shape of an
range
egg.
operation director
The
here.
closest point is the perigee, which is 150 kilometers from Earth, and the apogee, which is the furthest point, is at 465 kilometers, and that's the altitude we are targeting today to deliver our Amazon Neo satellites. So it will take us about 52 minutes to climb up to that highest point. And then once we have reached that, we will be able to switch again the engine for a very short boost to make the orbit circular. And that's the targeted orbit for injection of our satellites today.
And the next tracking station scheduled to pick up the signal will be in France at Osagel.
Yes, in the south of France, near Toulouse. So you probably know Toulouse is a great city of aerospace industry in France. It's also a really nice city to visit, made of pink brick walls. If you have ever visited, it's really nice, and honestly, there is
Okay,
also
by
very
now,
good
even
food.
though the range operation director did not explicitly mention anything else,
We, by the way, had the confirmation there that
but
we have picked up the signal at the
okay,
Osagel
but by
tracking
now
station. You
the
can see
signal
there we're actually
acquisition
flying
has already
over,
been
heading towards
confirmed,
France, and then
and
you
by
can have a good
now
view there,
already
actually, of my
the
home
Vinci
country,
extinction,
the UK.
the
Flying
second engine
very
cutoff
close
number
to
one
London, my
has
home
already
city.
confirmed.
Right, we're going to take a break now. We will come back
Yeah.
in about 45
And just like
minutes
them,
time,
I will also
so
going to
don't
take
go
a
away.
break, but
Stay tuned.
don't
Stay
worry,
tuned.
just stay tuned as well, as we are also going to back as we are also going to be back for this mission. And for the next phase, it's going to be the second engine start number 2, which is the Vinci reignition and the altitude. And just to give you quite a little bit of update just before I take a bit of break, but we're still not going to end the stream. The altitude right now is 155 kilometers. Crew distance is now 6,000 and almost 6,400 kilometers, and the orbital velocity is right now 7.61 kilometers per second. So this is the view right now, and it's going to the ballistic course phase flight where it's not using any kind of fuel. It still keeps in the position of where it's still in the position where there is no engine ignition, just to keep costing around to save some kind of fuels, but also at the same time to properly recircularize it back into the circular orbit later on, which we'll see on the second engine start number 2. And this will be happening at around 40 plus seconds 40 plus minutes into the flight, 40 plus minutes or 15 minutes from now on. So with that, thank you so much. We will be back again. We will be back again we will be back again soon. And don't worry, stay tuned. We are going back whenever we can. Okay. Yeah, so this is it. So in case you are wondering, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere else. And in the meantime, I just open the music, okay? So this shall be good, you know? And yeah, I just want to keep myself a little bit sane here, so please keep this in mind. Thank you so much. Okay, fine. Let me see, because I need to set an alarm so I can be up again. Let me see, is it, I believe it's 6:03, I guess. Let me see. So I'll be back again to this commentary booth part here. or maybe 6:02 p.m. Yeah. So I'll be back again soon. So thank you so much. We will be back again. 6:02 or 6:03. Yeah, 6:03. It should be fine. We'll be back. In the meantime, just chill ahead here. Don't go anywhere. Just keep the stream open. Or if you want to come back, you can also come back later on. 40 minutes later. So come back again 40 minutes later if you decide you want to do so. You know, you have the choice. Don't worry. Just enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Fin de visibilité par la station de Saguel. Trou de télémesure attendu. l'acquisition de la télémesure par la station de Norcia. La propulsion est nominale, le pilotage est calme. La trajectoire est calme, tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux. Le pilotage est calme, tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux. Fin de visibilité, New Norcia. Toutes les mesures attendues. Acquisition de la télémesure par la station d'Awarua.
Okay, so looks like we are back again to the stream, as there are also going to go live as well. So we shall hear in, getting ready, and also I'm going to end the music as well. So be prepared. We are ready in. Okay. Okay. So I've already adjusted, and we shall get ready. Close the music. Okay. Looking good. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Le pilotage est calme, tous les paramètres à bord
Okay,
sont nominaux.
so I've already closed the music and get ready in for the live commentary to start. From the Arianespace or Arianespace, get ready in. And the altitude right now is 458 kilometers, 459 kilometers. Crew distance is 14,370 kilometers and counting downward. And orbital velocity is 7.25 kilometers per second. It's now currently passing by through the New Zealand, as you can see from the animation there. So that's a pretty good sign there. And here is the launch replay. Yeah, you can see that's how it looks like. Oh, there's no sound. Okay. Okay, looks like they are back again with the sound. Nice. As you can see, this is how the launch looks like. Okay, nice, 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 nice. So looks like the audio loop from the Arianespace looks pretty good, clean so far. And this is from the balcony view, okay? And the launch tracking view as well looks pretty nominal. Okay, so this is great. And this is the onboard camera view when the SRB has already for SRB side booster separated, and then the stage separation, and then later on Vinci engine start, second engine start number 1 there. You can see the passivation and also venting systems happened tens of minutes ago of the Ariane 6 first stage booster. All right.
Welcome back to Road to Space.
Yeah,
We've been watching
and
there fantastic
all right.
images of the liftoff over an hour ago
All
from the
right.
European
So
spaceport
I'm
here
also
in
back,
French
just like
Guiana.
as
I'm Katie
themselves
Haswell,
also
and
back, I
Louis
guess,
Leroy. We're
again.
delighted to
So
say is still with us, our expert from
nice.
Arianespace.
And yeah,
Amazing
if you
images
see
there, weren't they?
from
Yeah, amazing.
my
You'd see that
live chat
kind
there,
of new
yeah,
sun during the
the
Amazonian
Ariane 6
night.
and
It was
Amazon
really nice
Leo
to
really
see.
passes us by here
Ariane
in Borneo.
64
So
is transporting our
around 20
32
minutes ago.
Amazon LEO
So
satellites
so why not
to space.
just
Yeah,
build
that's
it
right. They're
high
traveling on
then.
board Europe's most powerful rocket. It's Ariane 64 with
And
4
I'll
boosters.
let them
And
explain
today is the
for just
7th
a little
flight
bit.
of Ariane 6.
And a reminder of what the Amazon LEO constellation is all about. Amazon
Okay,
LEO
and
is
afterward we will
Amazon's
see
low
the
Earth
second engine
orbit
start
network
number 2
designed to provide
for the
fast and reliable internet to
Ignition
customers and
second
communities
ignition,
beyond the
and then
reach of
followed
existing networks.
Yeah, the network is
by
built
the
around an
Vinci
initial constellation
extinction
of more than
for
3,000
the
satellites. So they will be
second
working
ignition after
together
that,
in a
which
tightly
will
coordinated
culminate into the
movements.
second
And they
second
achieve a
engine
common
cutoff
purpose,
number
which is
2.
providing reliable
Okay,
broadband
we will
coverage.
see this happening in few more
And that's super
minutes from now.
important. Ariane 64 lifted off
All right, let them explain
an
here.
hour
I'll
and
let
9 minutes ago.
so this
Just
is
talk us
the
through what
summary
happened,
here,
some of the highlights,
what's
and what we
happening.
can expect coming up.
So we lifted off from French Guiana in Kourou.
You can see
Then towards
lifted
the North
off,
Atlantic,
and
we
after that
crossed the
booster
Atlantic,
separation with
we
the SRB
separated the
strap-on
boosters of Ariane
separation,
6 about
and
2
after that
minutes and a
the
half of
fairing
flight,
separation
propulsed them with the
jettisoning
Vulcan
also
main
confirmed,
engine for about 8 minutes. When
and then
we
later on
exited
with the
atmosphere, we have
Vulcan
get
extinction
rid
or
of the
the
fairing,
main
which was
engine
protecting our
Vulcan main engine
satellites.
cutoff,
Then,
followed by the
after the end of the
main stage
propulsion of the
separation, and
Vulcan
then
engine, we have
afterward
separated the lower stage, leaving the
the
way for
Vinci
the second stage, which is a very quick
Vinci
propulsion
engine
engine.
start, the
It is equipped
second
with a
engine
Vinci
start
engine
number
that you
1,
see on the
and after
screen.
that second
It has been
engine
already
cutoff number
ignited
2,
twice.
and then
And
Coming up
the
next
first
after the
boost was
ballistic
11 minutes approximately for
flight
radio
phase course
altitude.
will be the
And
second
then
engine start number
we
2,
will have
and then followed by the
second
second
boost
engine cutoff
visibility of
number
the
2,
ground station in
SAS2, and also
Aurora coming up.
SICO2. And then we will
we'll be
see
in the right
the
targeted orbit
Amazon
for
Leo
separation of our satellites. The separation
LE-02
itself will
will be
last 25 minutes and will
separated
be
and deployed
separated
as
in
well
12
from
steps.
the payload,
We will
from
separate
this
the
banana
satellites
payload
3 by 3 then 2 by
dispenser
2,
there, as you can
and
see.
eventually the last
This
one.
will happen one by one.
Then this will mark the end of our commercial mission, and we will have a next phase, which is the re-entry into the atmosphere.
And then
the
later on,
passivation
we will,
phase.
this
We'll
is
have
not something we will
third
see,
boost
but
of the
it
Vinci
will
engine for this
happens.
purpose.
The second
We will
engine
re-enter
start number
above the
3,
Pacific Ocean, and this way we
SAS3,
will
and then
not leave any
followed by
debris
the
into
second
space.
engine cutoff number 3, which is the SICO3, which
Reminder,
the
if you're joining
passivation
us,
afterward
the
will be
information on the right-hand
starting
side of the
for the
screen is
re-entry
coming in
burns
from the
into the
telemetry
Pacific
from our
Ocean around the
rocket,
Point
the
Nemo, where
trajectory at the top
there
there,
is
the actual
no
position
living things
of
there,
our launch
and
vehicle,
hopefully no one's there as well,
and below that our
as everyone
altitude,
should have
our
been
distance
vacated
from
out from the
the
point
spaceport,
of
and our
area
speed.
of the
We are
Point Nemo.
hurtling
So
right
that's
now
how
through
the
space
mission's
at
doing
7.23
so far.
kilometers
And
per
getting ready in for
second.
the second
Coming
engine
up to the
start
next
number 2,
big moment, Louis, the
SAS2,
switching
and then
on
followed by
of
the
the
second engine
Vinci 1
cutoff
engine.
number 2, SICO2. Okay, should be here. Second engine start number 2.
Deuxième allumage Vinci.
Okay, second engine start number
That's how it
2,
looks there on the elevation.
SS2 already start
And we
for
have the
the Vinci
confirmation from the
engine
range operations
ignition number
manager
2.
that it's switched on. It's a short boost,
Get
isn't
Very
ready.
short, 18 seconds. We
Yeah,
only
get
need
ready,
to
followed by the
make the orbit
SICO
become
number
circular.
and SICO
We are
2.
already at the right
Extinction, Vinci.
altitude. You can see
Okay,
on the
second
screen
engine cutoff number
about
2
470
for the
kilometers.
Vinci rocket engines. Already
he's confirmed
stop
it's now
ignition.
switched off. So,
Only 18
well,
seconds.
things are about to
Pretty
get
short
interesting
boost.
for the Amazon LEO satellites,
And getting
because
ready in
the
for
next
the
step
Amazon
will be
Leo
the start
to be
of the separation
LE-02
sequence that
to
you've
be
been
Leo
explaining
Europe
to us,
to
the
be
delivering the
separate
32
from the
satellites in
banana
12 separations.
payload
Yes, indeed,
adapter.
12
Yeah, I call
separations,
it banana
and
payload
the
adapter
onboard
because if you
computer is
see,
now fully
there's like a
autonomous, so
bunch
it knows
of
perfectly when and where to drop our
bunch of
passengers
satellites being stacking
on the supposed
on top
orbit.
of the
We will
payload
get
adapter.
news from
So,
that when we reach the next
so I
tracking
like to
station. It will
colloquially,
be in French Guiana. It will
colloquially
be in
call
about
it as
25
the
minutes from now. We will lap down by then another lap of the
payload
of the
dispenser
Earth, a lap of the Earth,
here.
the first lap of the Earth,
We
actually.
shall see that soon.
And so
That will be
we
happening.
will proceed then with the separation sequence.
So
Yeah,
we're going
get
to take a
ready
break now
for
during that 25-minute wait.
25
coasting
minutes
phase, 'cause we're
wait.
traveling without the engine.
All right.
We're in
So
what
another
we often
wait.
call a ballistic phase.
Yeah,
And we
ballistic
will come back to you
coast
just
phase
before
where there is
we
no
check in at the
engine
tracking
ignition.
station
But by
back
that
in the
point, by this
spaceport
point,
in
no more
Gaia. So see you
engine
back here
ignition
in
needed.
25 minutes.
It's going only to be the Amazon Leo separation and deployment of it. We'll see that soon. That's going to happen around 25 minutes into the flight, or less than 24 minutes from now. Okay, so I'll set around 23 minutes here. So I'm not going to be out anywhere else.
De la télémesure par la station
So
d'Albert.
it's pretty good. If you want to chat on the live chat, please do so. I really highly encourage. I'm not going anywhere, so it's good. But I'm not. But I'm going to save my mouth here from talking too much. So, and also to keep my mind sane. So it's okay. I will do. I'm going. See. Okay. 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 We'll be back. Okay. So this is the reminder I'll put here, and I'm still here, so you can chat in the live chat if you want, but if you don't want, it's okay. Just keep looking at this rocket, at these launches. So it's fine by me. So thank you so much, everybody. See you soon. It's going to be less than 22 minutes. I'm going to talk again soon. All right, I forgot to open the music. Sorry, sorry, I forgot about this one. Well, it's what it is. Why do I close the music again? What am I thinking? Oh, it's okay. Oh, oh. So it looks like we might have separation right now. Oh, oh. So it looks like we have separation in few tens of seconds or a minute ago. We have the first separation of the Amazon Leo LE-02 Leo Europe. So it looks like we have separation by now. Okay. Okay, that's a little bit of surprise here. And get ready for the second sets to be separated as well. Anytime soon. So basically right now it's 3 out of 32 Amazon Leo to be separated. It should be, if I calculated, it should be around 9.375%. Okay, and get ready in for another three sets pair of it to be separated. Okay, get ready anytime soon for the second separation set of it. Anytime soon. Right now, currently altitude is 460 kilometers and counting a little bit down, but the distance from the crew is 4,500 kilometers and downward as it nearing to the crew, and the orbital velocity is 7.34 kilometers per second, and we have second sets of separation of the Amazon LE-02. We have separation, so which brings to the total 6 out of 32 satellites to be deployed, which by now in my calculation here using the calculator it's 18.75% of completion. And get ready in for the another 3 sets to be separated as well, as you can see. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm a little bit of surprise they did not entirely announce this part, but otherwise we should be good here. Okay, we are still waiting and standing by for the third sets to be separated, which will bring total to 9 out of 32 Amazon Leo LE-02 to be separated out from the banana payload dispenser here. Let's watch here as the time goes by. We are still standing by as we are waiting for the animation to show here to be separated again. Right now, the launch has already exceeded T plus 1 minute and 33 and 33 seconds. Yeah, a very nice number. I think I would like to call it out at T plus 1 minute, 1 hour, 33 minutes and 55 seconds. Get ready in. Oh, and we have another third sets to be deployed. Right now, T plus 1 minutes and 33, 1 hour and 33 minutes and 55 seconds and plus up. Right now it's T plus 1 hour, 34 minutes and 7 seconds. Just few seconds ago we have another sets to be separated, which now currently bringing in another total 9 out of 32 Amazon Leo LE-02 to be separated. LE stands for Leo Europe, and right now the total completion right now is already around 28, not already around, it's in precise 28.125%, and we will stand by for another 4 to be separated here, which will bring total up 12 out of 32 Amazon LEO to be separated as well. We shall see that soon. And still standing by. And also as the live commentary from the Amazon, from the Arianespace to be continued as well. But my commentary has already started because, well, I'm a little bit surprised they already separated here by then. But it's already should be looking fine here. Standing by, probably the fourth set to be separated again just before the live commentary will start and resume again. Let's look at this again. And right now the mission elapsed time T plus 1 hour 35 minutes and 45 seconds into the flight. And now the lowest half part of the satellites have already, payload dispenser has already empty. Get ready in, standing by as the animations looks pretty close to show indication. Okay, we have we have another 3 sets to be already deployed right now, which now bringing up total 12 out of 32 satellites of the Amazon LEO LE-02 constellation now deployed. And right now the total mission completion of the Amazon LEO LE-02 right now is 37.5% of the deployment in total. And right now getting ready in as the live commentary from Arianespace to be continued as well. Let's listen in, get ready. And I'm also going to end the music as well. 3, 2, 1, music end. Okay, so here's the launch replay. What happened at T plus 1 hour and 37 minutes ago? Here we go. This is how it looks like on the launch. Okay, so this is looking nice. Look at that view. Okay, so this is okay. This is nice. And this is the view from the balcony when it happened almost 2 hours ago. Okay, this is the launch tracking camera optical view showing how the launch looks like. And then afterward with the onboard rocket camera view there with the SRB side booster separated. Yeah. And afterward with the stage separation followed by the second engine start number 1, which is the Vinci ignition. And you can see the propellant venting and passivation begins on the third stage to ensure that it re-enters back on to Earth with little to no problem. Okay, get ready in.
Welcome back to Road to Space. I'm Katie Haswell.
Getting ready in for the another 3 sets to be deployed, and we have another 3 sets to be deployed right now. And it's now bringing up total 15 out of 32 Amazon LEO LE-02 to be separated right now. And it's now on the total completion, it's around 46.875%. And getting ready in for 18 out of 32 Amazon satellites to be separated as well, with 3 sets to be deployed again. On the lower middle portion there, we will see there soon. That's going to be happening soon for the separation number 6.
It knows perfectly when to release the satellites, and we are waiting to go back in the range of the Galileo ground tracking stations here in French Guiana. We will have done a lap of the Earth by then, and once we log the signal onto the Galileo station, we will be able to download all the telemetry data from the launcher and get feedback from it. Then, of course, the telemetry teams will quickly analyze this, and they will continue on doing this until the end of the mission.
Okay, getting ready in. On my mark would be the mission elapsed time at T plus 1 hour and 40 minutes into the flight. Since the launch of the Ariane 64 Block 1 that carried the Amazon Leo LE-02.
Sequences once again.
So we have 32 satellites to
Mark
separate.
T plus 1 hour and 40 minutes into the flight.
3 by 3, then 2 by 2, and finally the last one. So the 9 first separations will be trios, and then we have 2 and 1 satellite to separate. The separations basically is made by separating command. We are now the satellites attached.
Get ready for the 6th separation, which will bring a total 18 out of 32 Amazon Leo LE-02 to be separated from the banana payload dispenser here, and we have separation again, and it's now 18 out of 32 satellites to be already deployed. Right now, bringing the total completion mission of the deployment of the Amazon Leo LE-02 to the 56.25%, and already confirmed from the range operation director as well, already completed.
Range operations manager confirming that the separation sequence
and yes, looks like it.
So yes,
and you need to remember that the reason why these satellites are separated a little bit late, and also with staggered increase as well, because if these satellites because if it's separated at the same time, it's going to cause a lot of problem, especially with the orbital debris creation. And the last thing you want to do is for it to collide each other and causing it to be non-operational just after the separation. So that's why it's need to be separated at very late into the flight. So that's why it is what it is. Okay, so it's now around the Caribbean islands, just as noted by the presenter here, Katie as well. Right now, she's the main presenter for this for the most of the Arianespace's launches from now onward, especially with the Ariane 6 and also with the Vega C rocket. Previously, it used to be Joshua Jempel, as the commentator back in the day around the Ariane 4 launches, Ariane 5, and then just at the tip end of the Ariane 5 program, he eventually being replaced by Katie as well. Afterward, which you are hearing right now. This is Katie as well, just doing commentary here. Getting ready in for the 7th to be separated.
Separation number 7. So the naval tracking station.
Okay, so let me calculate. 3, 6, 9. Yeah, 3, 6, 9, 12.
We did a lap of the Earth, came
12,
back into
15,
the range of Galileo. We can see someone
18.
holding up the
Okay, 21.
there,
so right now, it's already been taught, already 21 out of 32 Amazon Leo LE-02 Leo Europe has already been separated. Another 3 sets has already been separated for the total missions, for the total completion deployment of the 65.625%. So that's that, and getting ready in for another 3 sets to be separated, which we'll see for the separation number 8 later on. And the current altitude right now is 463 kilometers, and distance from Kourou right now is in 2,232 2,244 kilometers and counting up, and the orbital velocity is 7.34 kilometers per second.
Nice view there of the mast, as you say, the dispenser,
All
which
right.
allows us to attach these satellites and
Getting
also
ready in.
to eject them into
As we are
space.
ready for the
A shout out to
separation
all the
number 8.
teams in the tracking stations
Okay,
who
and
are
the
doing such an
most
important job
lower half right
monitoring
now
all of
has
these
already been
events. So we have
all
Galileo,
lower
we
half
have the
has already
naval
been
tracking station, and the
empty.
next one.
Santa
So
Maria
get
in the Azores
so right
Islands.
now the
Then we
task
have
has already
south
been
of France,
delegated
Osagel,
to
and
the
once again
middle
Australia, New Zealand, and
upper
Russia, and
middle there
Papua. So a lot of teams involved in very
to be
different
separated
time
from the
zones.
banana
So thank you
payload
for
dispenser.
them to be involved with
Yeah, I like to call
this
it like that
great
because
launch. So thanks to
just see,
Tess
it's
also,
like
which is
bunching out
monitoring
together
all
with the
these
banana, and also maybe you can call it a
tracking
grab
stations.
grab payload dispenser as well because of that bunching stuff.
Time for our
And
next
we have
separation.
another 3 sets to be separated.
Number
Separation
8.
number 8.
Poursuite de la séparation Amazon Léo.
Very nice
Okay, confirmed from
visualization
the
of
range
our
operation director
satellites
there, which right now
moving away
bringing up
from
total to
the
24 out of
mast.
32
The
Amazon Leo
dispenser, the range
LE-02
operations manager there
Leo
confirming
Europe
that the separation
to be separated
sequence is
with the 75%
progressing.
of
Gosh,
completion
this
right
is another
now.
milestone, really, isn't it,
Which
for the
and next
important
will be the
partnership
separation number
between
9,
Arianespace and
which will
Amazon
bring the
Leo. It's as we
total
were hearing
27
earlier
out
from
of
you guys, it's
32
really important.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Amazon
the
Leo
second of 18
LE-02
missions
separation
for Amazon Leo with Arianespace.
later on.
So we've
So
been
as
quite busy
we are getting ready in,
dealing
let's
with all
listen
these
into
missions,
the
and
call
we are
out
only
later on.
doing the second today, but
Call out
many
and
more to
also
go.
from
So we are
the
constantly upgrading the
commentator
spaceport to
and
accommodate
to the
this.
guests
And
here.
for example, we've given Amazon their own dedicated building to prepare the satellites. So we are always glad to have them with us at the Space Center and proceed with their numerous launches.
Yeah, indeed. Always welcome. And these are indeed very, very busy times at the spaceport. I mean, what are Arianespace's plans for the target launch rate for Ariane 6?
So as you know, we have performed 6 successful flights in 18 last months, and we aim to gradually increase this number of annual flights so we can meet all the needs of our customers. We have a rapid ramp up coming up. We will accelerate this year, and
If you also notice on the how do I say, on the
7 to 8 launches this year in 2026.
on the altitude
And
versus
eventually the launch cadence target is to have 9 or
mission
10
elapsed
missions
times
per year. And we shall
graph there,
achieve
there is
this
some
goal by
weird
2027.
deviation there,
And
but however
importantly,
that's
we
pretty
have a
nominal.
great variety of
Yeah,
missions that
because
can
of
address
the
telecommunications,
imperfect
Earth
signal
observation, space
acquisition.
exploration,
So
many
sometimes it looks a little
possibilities
bit
for our
erroneous,
customers.
but otherwise it
Very
looks pretty good,
exciting missions.
especially if you smoothing out
You can see our teams there with
the graph.
CTI, the
Okay,
quick look telemetry
and getting
team
ready in for
at the
the
Guiana Space
ninth
Centre.
number 9
Galileo.
of the
Somebody's
separation,
walking towards the
which
camera
will
there.
bring total up later on.
And they're
We
doing
will
a very
hear 3
important
sets
job
will be
receiving the
separated.
information coming in from the telemetry
Okay,
stations and
so visual
tracking
view
all
has
of
already
these
been
events in
looking
real
up here.
time.
Get ready in for the range operation director to confirm.
Separation
Poursuite
number
de la
9.
séparation Amazon Léo.
Okay,
Confirme à tes mesures par la station de Santa Maria.
okay, so range operation director has already confirmed the 9th separation of it and
Confirmation, we have now
the
picked up the signal at
acquisition
the tracking station
from
in
the
Santa
Santa Maria.
So our
Okay,
rocket is
and right
checking
now
in there,
all
saying
of
hi to
the
the teams,
most bottom
letting them know
of the
what's
bottom
going on. And
bottom part and also the
just a
middle
reminder for anybody who's joining
upper
us
middle
here
there
at
has already
the
been vacated right now.
Amazon Leo
So it's bringing
constellation
up the total
is Amazon's
separation number
global
9,
Earth
which right
orbit
now bringing up
network,
the total
and it's
27
designed
out
to
of
provide
32
fast
Amazon
and
Leos
reliable
to
internet
be
to
separated.
customers and communities beyond the reach of existing
Is it?
networks.
Yes, absolutely. Amazon Leo is now deploying thousands of satellites, and they are linked to a global network of antennas, as well as fiber
Oh,
and
no, no, no.
connection points
Okay,
on the
so
ground.
a little bit of
And the
mistake. Looks
constellation
like
will include
2
satellites working
satellites
together in a
already
tightly
deployed.
choreographed
Yeah,
mesh.
my
As you
fault.
said, the
Looks
intention
like
is to deliver
26
low
out of
latency connectivity,
32,
which is
which
fast
yeah,
and
26
very
out of
steady
32
signal for
Amazon Leo
homes, businesses,
separation,
emergency
which
services,
bringing up
farmers,
to
and even aircraft.
81.25%. So
Really important.
pardon my
Life
mistake
is
there.
almost impossible these days without good connectivity, so this is a vital service. 3 more separation events to go. You can see the events on the left-hand side
Yeah,
of your screen,
after
on the
this,
right-hand side.
from now on forward, no more 3
Reminder
sets to be deployed. It's now
there of
2
our speed and
2
altitude, our
sets to be
trajectory at
deployed.
the top
That
there.
that one
The
happened on the
trajectory and
separation number
also
9,
the list of
which
satellites
only
that
2
have already been
sets already deployed,
separated.
and so on. Is still will
Coming
continue
up
with
to
2
our
sets again.
next
Get ready in.
separation, number 10.
Okay, get ready for the separation number 10
separate
here.
2 satellites at a time.
Get ready in.
2 by 2, and then there will be one final separation with one lonesome satellite at the end.
Okay, so another 2 has already been
Here we go.
separated. So 28 divided by 32.
Separation
So
number 10.
the
Looks like
mission
that
completion
with
right now is
these
87.5%, with 28 out of
fantastic
32
CGI
satellites
images, the
has already been deployed.
visualization of what's
Okay,
been
so
planned
this is another good news we are looking so far.
for today's mission. So we've been hearing a lot about some of the changes and evolutions at the spaceport.
All
What
right.
about the rocket itself?
So this is
Ariane
pretty
6?
good
That's
signal so
changing and
far.
evolving all the time, isn't it? You're constantly making improvements.
Yes, indeed. We
Okay.
have today the
So pretty
Ariane
good
64
so far.
version, which is the second time we use this version. It's the most powerful, and it gives us a lot of flexibility, but we have also other innovations coming up. Of course, we benefit
Getting
from
ready in, as
the
there's
legacy of the previous
going
Ariane
to
family,
be
which is a very strong
where's another
heritage. And
two
we
sets
are
to be
today
deployed, which
refining our
will
knowledge
bring
from
in
each
30
flight
out of
that we have
32 satellites, or
successfully
possibly
done previously.
31 out of
And
32
we improve
satellites.
over time the
I'm not
performance
100% sure.
and the
We shall see
refinement of
that
the
soon.
launcher to address more
We'll see
complex missions
how
and
the mission's going
being
on
able also to bring more satellites
for
to
this
different
Amazon
orbits
Leo
for our customers.
LE-02.
There's a huge amount of expertise in Europe for space.
Yes, indeed. We have many partners all across Europe working together on the Ariane 6 program.
Any upgrades coming up that you can tell us about?
Well, we have the P160 upgrade, so an enhanced version of the booster that we are using today on Ariane 6. It's been developed with the European Space Agency, and it should
Okay,
be
so looks
available
like
very
it's
soon.
going to
This is a
be
booster that will be carrying
another
approximately
2
160
sets,
tons of
only
propellant,
one.
so
So
more
it's
more
going
loaded
to
than
be a
the one
total
we're using
31
today.
out of
And
32.
it will be a little
So
bit longer, 1
in my
meter longer, but
calculation,
basically
it's
the same
going to be
interfaces than
completion
the
will
ones
be
we are using today. So it doesn't change the
96.875%.
core
We shall
status
see
of
for
the
the
launcher,
separation number
and
11.
we will have more performance,
So
of course,
let's hear
associated to
this
that.
one.
So
Range
being able
Operation
to
Director will
bring even
confirm
more
this soon
satellites
as well.
to orbit.
So let's listen in.
Coming up on our next separation now. The teams we could see back there in the launch control
Poursuite de la
center
séquence
were
de
standing
séparation
and watching the
d'Amazon Leo.
mission.
Okay, so Range Operation Director has already confirmed. Another 2 sets has already been separated for this Amazon Leo LE-02. So
Separation sequence Amazon Leo
the
is
separation number
continuing.
11 has already confirmed.
Our
So right
satellites
now
are
it's
locked.
31
Two
out of
satellites there,
32
separating
satellites
2
to be
by
deployed
2.
have already been deployed. It's
Number 11. So we just have
96.875%,
one
and then
satellite
and then
left.
one satellite's left,
A bit lonely at
already
this time,
finished
but
3 by
it
3,
will
and then
soon
2 by 2 already
it will
finished, and
soon rejoin
only
the
once to be deployed
companions
for the
in
separation number 12,
space.
which after
It
that,
has soon be
once it's fully
rejoining
deployed,
its
it's
brothers
going
and
to be
sisters, its
100%
family
to
in
be
the
deployed for
constellation.
this Amazon Leo
So
LE-02.
what happens to the
LE stands for
satellites
Leo,
once they're released?
Leo Europe,
So they are
in case
starting
you
their
want to
real
know.
life actually, and the Amazon Leo's team is working now to take over command on their newly deployed satellites.
And
They
for
are
some
working
quite
24
detailed
hours,
there,
and they
the
are based in
altitude is
Redmond, Washington State in the US.
474
So
kilometers.
basically, they are in charge of flying the
Distance
satellites,
from
which
Kourou
means
is
managing the
5,000
spaceport
kilometers and
operations. And
counting
right
up.
now, they are taking
And
over the
the
mission.
velocity is, orbital velocity is
And they are
7.33
establishing contact
kilometers
with
per
the
second.
satellites, which is important, of course. And then they will be conducting initial health checks, making sure that everything's all right before raising the orbit of the Amazon Leo satellites to reach the operational orbit, which is at 630 kilometers, or about 200 more kilometers than the injection that we are using today for the delivery of the satellite. And once they have gone this commissioning phase, as we say, they'll be able to start their actual job, which is providing the internet to all of us.
Very, very important job indeed.
Okay, another signal acquisition from what I
Just
can
hearing
hear.
there from the range operations manager that we went out of the range
Oh, out of range.
the SNA tracking station, or we were being tracked by and still being tracked by Santa Maria, but we've also now gone into the range of the Osogel tracking station. So we're back
Okay,
heading over from
Santa Maria
Suguwa
and Osogel
as
has
we
already been
head towards our final
picked up.
separation.
Okay, and another one last separation to be confirmed. Let's listen in. Final confirmation.
Fin de la séquence
Our
séparation
last
Amazon Leo.
satellite heading off.
So, Range Operation Director has already confirmed all of the Amazon LEO LE-02, the LEO Europe has already been separated from the banana payload dispenser of the Ariane 6. All missions has already completed for the deployment, and that's the mission so far. 100% of payload deployment so far, and another successful launch of the Arianespace's Ariane 64 Block 1 rocket for this flight VA268 for this Amazon LEO LE-02 launch. All the missions already appear to be completed very successfully, but for the Ariane Space, it's going to be the end of the mission, as they are also getting ready in for the disposal burn. Yeah, disposal burn for the second engine start number 3, and then followed by the second engine cut off number 3, SES 3 and SECO 3, and afterward it will be the full passivation and propellant dumping, and then followed by the destructive reentry, which will finally end the mission for the Arianespace. But for the Amazon team, especially the Amazon LEO team, the mission is still currently still beginning for them. So it is what it is. So
back to Europe.
it is what it is. And you can see the banana payload dispenser has already finished up. Already finished up its bunches. No more needed for the deployment anymore. And that's a very good sign to hear it.
And the passivation, which means that
and you can see
being alert. We don't want to
the team is currently opening in for the mission.
Very controlled.
And they are currently sitting in the console booth here. All right. So right now, here we go. Amazon LEO operation teams here, sitting on the console booth here, still tracking the satellites overall for the not only for the satellite acquisition, but also at the same time for the but also to make sure the
pink city of
spacecraft to be very healthy,
very nice.
And of course to finally establish connection between each other of the constellations using its infrared laser communication. Pretty fast switching for sure. And let's hear in for this interview.
Tell us about the progress of these satellite separations and how is everything going?
Well, as you said, the mission is still in progress, but I have fantastic news to report. First, Ariane 6 reached the targeted orbit, and second, the satellite separation for which we have data all happen nominally. So this is extremely positive. Now let's wait for the data from the other satellites. But by then, I would like to congratulate all the teams involved in this launch. This is a really amazing teamwork. And also, I would, of course, like to thank our customer, Amazon LEO, for the continuous support, for the trust. This is a real pleasure to work with you.
Indeed. And David, what's next for Ariane 6?
Well, we have quite a lot of news because this is my pleasure to announce today that the upcoming launch of Ariane 6 will be once again for Amazon LEO, and for the very first time we will equip Ariane 64 with what we call the P160.
Yeah, just like I mentioned very early on. So I hope you catch it.
That will enable us to launch even more Amazon LEO satellites per launch. So stay tuned.
Yeah, so stay tuned for the launch schedule that will be announced by the Arianespace.
Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, and the P160C, it's going to add another 1 meters of height of the SRB, SRB side booster stage. And also for the first stage for the Vega C+ as well. We will see that soon as well. But probably we will see Ariane. That one will be the Ariane 64 Block 2 upgrade, so we will hear that soon. So stay tuned, as I'm also going to update it via my channel as well. So please stay tuned for that update. So thank you so much.
Possible.
And let's
we'll
wait.
see you back here for the next launch, but for now, from
me, nice.
Well.
And from me, Loïc Leroy.
So this is the view from the launch pad and from the split screen. So that's it.
The launch starts the moment you partner with us.
Okay, so this is the closing view here. So maybe we can see for the last time. Oh, that one if I remember, it's that one is the Cosmo SkyMed second generation, if I remember correctly. You can see the tower band there, the syntactic aperture radar, and as you can see, this is how the mission going on. Okay, the previous Amazon Leo 01 launches, and looks like they can add another in the roster as well. So you can see magnificent launch replay there.
Launching ambitions.
Okay, so I believe that's it, and they will. Okay, so this is the launch replay. Okay, let's watch again the launch replay of the launch. Okay, and they actually changed it from the infrared view to the optical camera view with the color, and you can see another view here as well. Okay, with the water garden sound suppression system also already on by that time, which dampen up the sound to ensure that it's not going to damage the launch pad and whatnot. And this is the balcony view, especially with the Arianespace employee as well, and also to some extent even the European Space Agency's employee as well, viewing the launch. And this is the view of the SRB side booster separation, looking pretty nice. That's how it's actually tapered off, and then afterward the stage separation, followed by the first stage passivation and also propellant dumping out, and then ignition on the Vinci upper stage engine. This one happening around second engine start number 1, SAS1. As you can see, very magnificent view here, and also backdrop of the Earth. And that's it. Thank you so much everybody for watching. As we have already reached the end of this stream, and yeah, thank you so much everybody for watching. And I think before we fully end this one here, might as well just give them some credit here as well, because they are one of the behind teams that make this launch broadcast to be very possible to be done as well. So thank you to the Arianespace, and to the team that broadcasted this launch. Yeah, so it's a very good time, isn't it? So thank you so much also for you for sticking by this launch as well, and for sticking by up until the end, especially if you do it, you actually rocks. Okay, and by now it's already 7 p.m. here in Borneo. So it's pretty late night, as not really late night, but already nighttime here right now. So it is what it is. Okay, and I believe that's it. That should be the full end credit. Okay, should be it. Okay. Come on, they cannot be joking around. They should have already end this, or at least if they decided, yeah, we end this, I'm also going to end. Okay, maybe this is it. So thank you so much everybody for watching, especially for the launch of the Arianespace's Ariane 64 Block 1 rocket for this flight VA268. Is it or 286? Yeah, 268. I'm afraid I'm being confused. So that carrying the Amazon Leo LE-02. LE stands for Leo Europe, just in case you want to know, and it's a pretty magnificent, flawless and perfect picture launch of the Amazon Leo LE-02. So that's a very good launch so far, and that's a good sign. The Vinci upper stage once more does it. Great job with 5 out of 6 or 6 out of 7. I believe we shall see this again. How many time of launch? Yeah, 6 out of 7 rocket launches to be very successful so far. Nothing to do with the 6-7 meme, so please be careful. So which bring us the total reliability of 85.71 1 or 72, yeah, 85.72% of success Vinci rocket engines usage so far. So that's a very good. Or maybe another calculation that I see, success rate looks so far like around 92.9% if we actually uses the calculation from here, from the next space flight. This one really affiliated to NASA space flight, not to be confused with NASA, but NASA space flight, the community and space enthusiasts run website. Okay, so according to this one, it's 92.9% of success rate. But if I solely count it based on my calculation of counting even partial failure as failure, it would be been around 85.71 or 85.72% of success rate. So that's a very good outcome so far. So yeah, thank you so much everybody for watching in, and I'm going to end this stream. So thank you so much for sticking by, and probably if you want, maybe you can subscribe to my channel, whatever you want to do. It's not my job to babysit you around with the kind of statement. You know what you want to do. If you want to subscribe, you just do it. You want to like my stream, also do it. It's up to you. You have the power. But yeah, thank you so much for sticking by from the beginning to the end of this stream, and I'm going to end this stream. So thank you so much everybody for watching, and stay tuned for another launches as the closest by launch that closing by launch we will see here. Okay, already did not hear this one on my local time, in our local time here on Sunday on 3 of May. Okay, 3 May 2026 on Sunday, 2:59 p.m. here local time at UTC plus 8 hours ahead of universal time coordinate. So we will see that launch soon for the CAS 500-2. Nothing to do with our slang word charge here, because that's another meaning. It could be either you are charging your own energy and whatnot, or maybe charging your own booziness, I guess, just to make you a little bit uninsane, I guess. But yeah, as we have also said here, we said there's one word, if I remember what we said, especially because we have moonshine here with the tua with Langkau. Some people says here Tindo, or basically just another way to say if you're drunk, just go sleep there. Yeah, just go home and sleep. That's all the best thing you can do. Okay, not to be confused with that. But other than that, yeah, that's the closest we can see. And the CRS SpaceX 34, this one for the Crew Dragon, not Crew Dragon, sorry, Cargo Dragon. We might also see that soon, but this one will be a little bit 10 days apart of this one. But that's good sign, because I do really need some kind of rest as well. So nice, And for the Smile launch on board the Vega C, this one will be the first launch responsibility under Avio, the same manufacturer for the solid rocket boosters here. Okay, and also the one that manufacture the Ariane 6 SRB strap-on, the solid rocket boosters strap-on as well. And also another one will be the Amazon Leo LE-07. This one launching aboard the Atlas 551 rocket by the United Launch Alliance as well. And also Vivala Strix. This will happen also around the same day with the Amazon Leo LE-07 for the Electron/Curie rocket. Okay, but the rest of it we don't 100% know where's the time goes by. And yeah, that's it. I don't think I need to mention this anymore. So thank you so much everybody for watching, and I'm going to close in for real. Okay, for real this time. So thank you so much everybody for watching. I'm Daniel Suguwa, your host today for the Arianespace's Ariane 64 Block 1 rocket for the flight VA268 carrying the Amazon LEO LE-02. LE stands for Leo Europe. So thank you so much. Where the mission is 100% completion for the 32 satellites to be that has already been deployed. So it's the beginning of the mission for Amazon, especially for the Amazon Leo team. But for Arianespace, it's almost the end for this flight mission. So which will be doing the disposal burn once for ignition of the second engine start number 3. Not something we see for the Vinci upper stage engine, and then later on followed by the second engine cutoff SICO number 3, and then full propellant dumping, and then stage passivation to ensure nothing's filled out there, which will be for safety, which will be destructively re-enters back to Earth from the Point Nemo located around the Pacific Ocean, okay, where hopefully there's no one there, but mostly there's not going to be any kind of living there. So thank you so much everybody for watching, and take care, and I shall see you soon later on. Bye bye. And that's it. We've already reached the end of this stream. How's about it? Do you like it? I hope you like it as well. So thank you so much everybody, and see you soon on the next stream. Bye bye.